coming from. can't open it either.
No, I can't open it. Well, I'll give him till 6:10 and then we'll just have to call it.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to. I wanted to get through this tonight because I sent everything to Kevin. I didn't get him to Weston and Sampson. Chris did get back to me. He did a great job. I just didn't get everything to Weston and Sampson, so I got to beat up Kevin and see if he's got any, give us an estimate of what it'll take to go through this with all this new stuff. And, are we talking hundreds, thousands? What's it going to take?
Wow.
Because we need to get an estimate.
Yeah.
There's Amanda, so we got 3.
Okay.
3 of 5. That's a quorum. But yeah, I want to get this in front of the planning board. See, last night we were in and out an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
Putting a lot on the agenda.
Yeah.
And I talked to Clea. I said, I'm giving you a heads up. You got till Monday at midnight to get 38 trees. 19 on Pioneer and 19 on Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And I said, you're getting a bonus because you put an extra one on Woodside, because there's 50 and you only needed 49. And he said, well, I thought I only needed 17. I said, I work with Kevin. He gave me the numbers and he gave me what's planted. So this is what we need to get done. So you got till Monday to get 38 in. That's a hefty call, but well, I'll give Alex and Keith another 5 and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Is Norm now joining us?
He can't. He's out sick.
Okay.
He won't. I don't know when he'll be back.
Is he ill?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Hospital ill.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, well wishes to him. I hope he has a speedy recovery.
Me too.
Oh, you better believe it.
I don't want to be chairman of the planning board any
Oh, is he
longer
that
than I have
bad?
to. Yeah, he's this whole week he's gone.
Like, could die?
Critical care unit. That's
Oh,
scary as
sugar.
hell. Yeah.
Oh,
Keeping in touch with Mildred to make sure I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I was gonna send him flowers and my wife's like, no, they end
Don't
up on
do
the
that.
nurses station the whole time. The damn nurses get the benefit of it.
if anything, go visit him. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
would-
not telling you to.
No,
but-
I want to. The problem is we're leaving on vacation on Saturday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I can't even be at the town meeting, and Karen can't either. It was gonna be our last town meeting before she's done, is on FICOM, but, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Alex is 2 minutes away.
Okay, we'll wait for him. Keith said he was gonna be here. I talked to him last night.
Okay. Well, I didn't see Norm's car. I didn't see your car.
Oh, and
And
my
I'm-
car's in the shop, so I gotta use the truck. I gotta drive to New Bedford in that truck
Oh, my
tomorrow.
gosh.
Oh, yeah, I'm not excited.
Is it loud? It's going. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a
I thought
diesel.
I heard that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a
what is
diesel.
that noise? Because I'm right across the street. Not that I care who has
No,
that
no,
car,
that's-
but I'm like, what's that?
That's an old 6-liter diesel from the early 2000s.
Oh, you probably get 2 miles a gallon.
10 is what I got, so,
Oh.
Wow.
but it's useful.
Yeah.
You can pull anything, and like the guy, well, it's Frosty, Mark Frost's old truck, and it's actually his dad's.
Yeah.
But he kept it garaged, and the last time Woody's in Spencer, I had him do some body work on it. He goes, you do know that this frame is in better shape than most trucks that are only 4 years old. He goes, I got Fords in
Really?
here with rot all through the frame that are 4
Oh
and
my
5 years
gosh.
old. He goes, you just got surface everywhere.
Wow.
And that's it. I said, okay. He said, no, take care of this thing. He said, if you take care of it, you got another 10 years or,
Wow.
and I said, well, that'll be about the time I'll be done driving trucks.
Yeah.
70, yeah, I'll call it done. And, so,
Isn't it a shame that they don't do under?
well, I had him do it. He uses, Sean up at Woody uses that NIOS. It's, like a spray-on
Yeah.
oil type thing, and it's been on for 3 years, and he said, you probably need to get it recoated, and he said that's what's helping it, is it's always been coated.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, well, I'm going with the middle priced ones, because they've got this stuff they can spray on that coats it. Problem is it can trap moisture between the barrier
Oh,
and the,
Jesus, you
and
don't
So
know.
metal.
then you're gonna make it
it's gonna,
rust.
yeah, it's gonna rust, and then you can't get at it, so, yeah.
So put it in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Let it dry out.
Son of a gun. She's right.
Yep.
Red light is on.
Red light is on.
I apologize for
No.
my
No,
dress.
we're still missing one person.
What does red light mean?
It's active. We're on.
Oh, okay.
We
He
are
was on his way
live.
in.
We are
Knew we had
live.
this, but I didn't realize that I was heading out of the house when I headed out of the house.
I tell you what, if Keith is coming,
Yeah, we only had 4 last night, so we didn't.
Nick, why don't you come over here, pal?
but I wanna be out in the open.
Come here.
There he is.
Hi,
We
Keith.
got a full compliment.
Wow, you showed up. Round of applause for Keith.
Hey,
Well, Tim asked me to, so.
Yeah. I thought Gabe was gonna be here tonight too.
No, he didn't say he was gonna be.
I didn't think he was.
I didn't think he was.
Alright.
I will pull up the minutes from last week, but I don't recall that.
Alright,
Or whenever
maybe
it
I
was,
didn't
2
ask
weeks
him.
ago. There was no need for him to, because we were gonna kick it, well, we should probably wait to discuss things.
Yeah, no, that's fine, cause I didn't bring I had the 2 copies of what, his checklist, which that's fine, and then all of his adders. And I didn't,
Adders being the red line.
no, he had
Options.
a breakdown of all the stuff. That's it, that's one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
And then-
gap analysis. or
And then
something,
that's the
right?
other portion. And I've got Dick's red line copy, and this is the one I was gonna keep it sort of his comments and any comments we have tonight, as this is the red line copy that will finalize and get to the planning board. And for the subdivision regs. So, 6:05, we'll open the meeting.
6:05.
And let me get back to your minutes. And minute,
Did everybody have the chance to review the minutes?
yes.
5:27, right?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
I'll ask if there's any changes or comments to the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Seconded, and any discussion? We're not on Zoom, so I'll take a regular vote. Aye.
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 Okay, 5-0. Keith, I heard an aye.
Abstain, I guess, wasn't.
Oh, you weren't there,
Yeah.
okay, so it's 4-1.
Okay.
All right,
Would it be 4 to?
4-0-1,
401, okay, thank you.
yep.
It's a good tie. Okay, I see.
All right, let me get back to this. Come on, open up for me, baby. There we go. All right, so the first item we had was site plan review follow-up with CMRPC DLT grant. First part of that was final discussion on subdivision regs, update with the site plan. So I guess what I wanted to go through is, and I know this is gonna be tedious, but go through the subdivision regs, and as we zip through them, we've got Gabe's comments in here and Dick's comments, and I just wanted to walk through them and yes, no, move forward, where we go with them. So, under the first one, there's a purpose. And it says the powers of the planning board on the subdivision control law are intended to be exercised with due regard for, and we got A through G. And Dick's got a good comment in here. It doesn't talk anywhere about open space lots. It says the provision to add adequate access to all lots in a subdivision by ways that will be safe and convenient. And Dick's added in here after it says for travel with a semicolon, include open space lots. So I don't know if we should put that in, it says all lots in a subdivision, including open space lots.
Yes, because Bryce Lemon down here, we had to have Clea put in right-of-ways to get to it,
Yeah,
because other than that, it was blocked off from the people that were there.
there was no adequate access.
And that's not the purpose of the open space.
That is correct.
No.
So that's one of the reasons why I put it in there, because I remember that way back when.
So I don't have a problem, before I consider this blessed, I just wanna make sure the rest of the committee's good with that. And it'll be one of the red lines in there, so we tie in open space.
So that is our red line to his red line.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, the red
All the
lines.
green line.
Yeah, I don't, my BIC didn't come with me tonight, so I'm just gonna, put check marks next to, comments that are in there. And then Dick's got another comment down by, it says reducing danger to life and limb in operations of motor vehicles.
I'm sorry, Tim, can we just circle back to the open space?
Yep.
Was an open space bylaw recently passed? And would that be stepping on the toes of that?
No, it's altogether different.
I
Yeah.
think that open space had to do with the master plan.
Correct.
Open space and recreation is the name of the thing here, whatever you wanna call it.
But it's not a
But it's
bylaw.
not a bylaw for open space, you know.
Yeah,
per
it's
se.
just a,
with
it's
the
their,
verbiage.
that's where I'm looking, recommendations maybe a good way, and it gets put into the master plan as part of a tab for what should be executed as part of the master plan.
Okay, so there'll be no, like, this will not conflict with anything else we have on the books?
No, because we have, inside the subdivision regs, we have an open space section, so this is just basically saying that we're including open space lots, which is defined inside of the subdivision regs.
Sure, okay, thank you.
No problem, ask
But
questions.
it is different. I don't love open space in the subdivisions. But the open space in the master plan
Is-
had to do with buying property for the town, like putting money away
Yeah.
for the town to purchase property to like make sure it doesn't get developed and that sort of thing. So
Yeah,
it's a little confusing between the one open space and the other. But with this is regarding the development
of a subdivision.
open space that when you're allowing people to do like 0.3 acre lots and go below the minimum, you're having one of those trade-offs is an open space somewhere that's supposed to be preserved for the use of the town and the,
Negative, wait a minute,
am I wrong on this?
acreage, no. Acreage is gonna be the same. Open space is, we're allowing them to build a smaller lot,
yes. And they're giving the town,
right, well, give it, there are different options.
yeah,
HOA,
the
the town.
HOA or the town.
Right.
They're basically making open space for that subdivision to have access to walking trails, potential playgrounds, whatever they want to do with the open space.
Correct.
But it gives the developer an opportunity to have smaller lots by having space open for that subdivision. As opposed to a standard subdivision that has to have bigger
Can I
lots.
share this with you?
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you. So, could we add anything into here about, because we don't want it just to be a field. I've been to meetings where it's a field and I've heard that one developer just said, I'm gonna throw some seeds.
I have never seen the open space from subdivisions that we've had in town, has been 2 or 3 of them.
It's already there.
It's all, what is there, never fields, I've never seen a field at all. I was kinda hoping for a field for recreation in Noble Hill down here.
Well, if the intent is, sounds like the intent of this board is to have, we're sacrificing smaller lots for this division to have nature essentially.
Yes.
Could we possibly somehow put into here, outline what that looks like? Or is that getting too nitty gritty?
I think it's getting down, because ultimately, the open space is also managed by the HOA
And,
or the town. Most likely it'll be the HOA, but, and that means that means the HOA will be responsible for me personally, I don't wanna get into too much, I just want the open space, that's what I want.
right,
If they wanna develop that into walking trails, if the HOA decides they wanna put a playground there, that's their call.
Okay,
We're just giving them the tool to do that, which is the open space.
okay.
I hate to get too into the weeds here, but you might be able to teach me a thing or two here. I would prefer for bigger lots in the subdivision as opposed to the smaller lots and then the open space. You seem to have a preference for the open space and the smaller lots. Why is that?
That's the trade-off, that's been done, not just in ours, but in most subdivision regs throughout the Commonwealth, is to get that open space for basically nature, like Amanda said, and stuff like that. The trade-off is you give the developer an opportunity to have smaller lots.
I just, in my brain, we're surrounded by woods, and if on that parcel that the developer owns and is developing, if those lots were bigger and required to be bigger and less, I guess then you could be getting more into the
Dense.
nitty gritty, it would be less dense, there'd be less clear cutting, and overall it would blend in more with nature.
That's the open space, that's why they try to do open space because a good example is, what are those two subdivisions on Palmagussit?
Brunel East.
Brunel
and
East and West.
and-
I call them Rock Hill, but anyhow.
Yeah.
Those weren't given any open space, and so what ended up happening is they were just clear cut. Lots were the size required by an R40, which is 1 acre. And you get what you get, but the offset with that, with the open space, is they get a smaller lot. Not, I forget the exact size, I have to look in here. But they're given opportunity to have open space around them. That's the trade-off for the developer of giving the open space design as opposed to a standard design. If we went to standard lots and tell them they needed open space with that, this is my opinion, I don't think any developer would take that, because they'll just go to
Right.
standard design.
I'll have to go-
Because what's gonna happen, they're gonna have more roads, it's gonna cost twice as much, if not more, to build it.
If they're spread out more.
If they're spread out more and everything else, and then it's up to the town who's gonna have to come up with more money in order to take care of the properties, or the roads and.
To your
whatever.
point, Alex, me personally, that's my next attack after we get through this, is expand the lot size in the R40 and R60 zone to maybe R60 and R80.
I haven't been up in Brunel, east, west, whatever, off the other side of.
The west side actually has open space, so they've got smaller lots.
So then which one's the non-open space? Cause I wanna go in there, cause maybe I'll get a different feeling for it.
Pretty sure the east,
It's
or where it
east.
was Lenny built over there,
Yeah.
had no open space.
Right.
It was just
Okay.
full-size lots. Now, when Lenny built the west side, he did open space, but if you walk through that open space, you'll see it's never been maintained, it's overgrown.
Yes.
The HOA doesn't do anything with it, and I don't even know if they even have an HOA that's
No,
active.
There was one there, but it never followed through and it fell apart. So it was never.
And our
never
previous
done, period.
DPW directors have had to go in and clear out, which the HOA is responsible for, the detention ponds.
Oh.
To one point, Gary had to get into a legal battle with one resident who decided to fence in the access to the detention pond. And he needed to get back there to clear, because it was overgrown, it wasn't distributing the water like it should, so
Yeah.
he had to get a legal action to take down that fence and then get his equipment in there to clear it out. And, so,
And one of the things about that original, the school up there was going to get together with the people there to open up a ball field so people could come in and watch ball games, and the kids that are up there at Deverell School could come over, and join, you might say, get some.
recreation out of it, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That never happened.
But that failed because of the HOA went to hell. Thanks, Lenny.
Cause obviously, I think my preference is, like a acre and a half, 2 acre lot in a subdivision with like woods all in between and everything. That's idyllic, but
No,
how do we?
Alex, I think we wanna
That.
get there, but if we get through this subdivision, and we would change the lot size in R40 and R60, that would be retroactive back to the subdivision regs.
Alright,
And so that's why I was hoping to get through this, cause this is the big thing we got Gabe with.
I didn't wanna try and get us stuck down in the weeds, I just didn't
No,
wanna go too far past
again,
trying to question.
I know Norman, I've had this talk before, that's gonna be a tough one to get through, but we've got surrounding towns that are 3 acres and 5 acres and 350 frontage and 400 frontage, so we have, precedent to push that, and I think, in my opinion, it should have been done back in the 90s, but it didn't, and, now's our opportunity to do it. I know there's not a lot to do, and the cow's out of the barn, I get it, but it's
would-
better to get it on paper
Yeah.
now.
It'd be
Then,
nicer if we had gravel soil underneath,
Oh,
because
God.
then the acre and a half can have its own sewer on the property, and that would have been more ideal.
And get away from the water and sewer issues we have in town.
I guess real quick with the lot size, when they build a subdivision standard, that's what the lot count is.
Yes,
So if it's a higher acreage in those zones, those lot counts go down a little bit. Then if they
Correct.
cluster them, they still have to maintain the reduced lot size. So
yes,
technically-
cause if I remember right,
So, I
these
mean-
open space is like a third of the total property count for a
Right.
subdivision.
I mean, there's that possibility you're gonna get a couple West houses.
Yeah.
In a subdivision, in,
I just have always liked, and most of the developers in town before Clee, Lenny, Jim Susi, Dave Lucier, and all liked the open space because it gave them opportunity to put space, or what do you wanna call it, nature around the subdivision, which is a higher selling point for people when they're coming in to buy a house. So, as opposed to a standard definitive plan that here's your house, like I said, the example's Brunel East, it's just houses.
It's a
You got
lot.
no walking, I mean, you got
Yeah.
some sidewalks, but you don't have any walking trails, so. All right, the next one, Dick, I don't think that you've headed with, there's a reduced danger of life and limb in operations, and you go legal, has for legal lawsuits. I don't think so.
Okay, it's just the way
What's a comment? Yeah.
the way they verbalized it, you know, it almost sounds like if something happens, it's legal right here, it's on here, so we're gonna sue you, or, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's all I put down there.
I don't think, no, it's a good comment, but I don't think it's that
Okay.
much of an issue.
Move on.
Nope,
Scratch it.
I'm gonna pass on the UFO one, I'm gonna let that one fly by.
Okay.
Take out, keep ducks. This is where Mr. Overlook and I disagree. At F, it says secure adequate provisions for water, sewer, drainage, underground utilities, fire, police, and other similar municipal equipment, and street lighting and other requirements where necessary in subdivision. And Dick's got a comment, take out, street lights and, keep the dark skies.
And that's why you won't find streetlights in a lot of these subdivisions, because I pushed it. How many
Yeah.
people come into Rutland and, did you see this night sky for kind of, no, it's so bright you can't see anything. Well, that's why I wanted to keep it that way. You can, on your own house, have an outside light. If you wanna light up something, you know, do it with your outside light, not a street light. And the street light also costs the town money.
what section are you reading from?
It's the first part under purpose, and it's page 3, and it's F.
Alright, I just have a minute, I'm looking at Gabe's version, but there's a version after his
No, this is Gabe's.
subdivision regs.
Yeah, it's 55 pages if I'm not, no,
I got
More
80.
than that.
yeah, it's more like, let me get, almost 80 pages. It's
78, I think.
78 pages.
My section 1 ends at E, amendments, or, what does it say?
It's literally,
First section 1 in this first preamble,
yeah,
Is it a-
under purpose,
Okay,
talking
that's a
about
different file then.
right here, street lighting.
yeah, Gabe's got a smaller one that he gave his examples of what he was trying to do. But the
What's
one
it-
I'm
what's
going
the
from
file?
is our actual subdivision regs.
This is just so I'm in,
Edit red line, stormwater, edit red line.
yeah, so I was kinda in there.
Okay, a lot of
So-
pages.
You guys keep going.
So we trying to take streetlights out of there?
That's what I'm asking.
Is that,
That was a suggestion.
that says 8,
Yeah.
68226, that's what you.
Yeah,
And
So the
what-
question is, do we want to exclude streetlights, which further down in the subdivision regs, we'd have to get rid of it too?
I'm all for it, cause I mean,
Getting rid of it?
one, yeah, I mean, everybody nowadays has a light on their house and bright lights on their cars and everything else. Like, if you have a sidewalk, that's a good thing. I think, having walked back from these meetings many, many times, that dark sky is again, it's the dark sky, the nature, all that stuff, that space from the technology and the hubbub of life that really is what I seek to preserve. And I'm all for dark skies and all of that.
And I'm the other side. I'm a safety guy. I like streetlights, so when I've got a police officer, somebody coming through, you don't have the hangouts of the issue. I'm either way. I grew up with streetlights
Me
in
too. I'm a
subdivisions.
city girl growing up, which I'm very glad to be here.
And I'm rural, and
Yeah.
all of our subdivisions in Indiana were required to have streetlights,
Yeah.
and it mainly was for safety issues.
With me, it's
But-
safety,
Yeah.
where, you call 911, the police officer, or whoever's trying to find the number on your house, it's difficult to find. No, we'll have streetlights on. So like, I feel like I'm torn, where should it be on the responsibility of the owner to turn on the light if there's an emergency? I don't care either way.
See,
I'm gonna defer, I don't care about
I
this
don't have a
issue.
problem leaving it in there because we still have the ability to give a waiver on it if it's not there, but if it's not there, there's no chance to add it in. That's the only reason that I'd like, again, I'll, whatever the committee wants to decide, but the reason, I don't, Alex and Dick, I don't disagree with what you're saying at all, it's just, I'd rather have it in there and then have the planning board have the opportunity to take it out during the review of the definitive plan, as opposed if we take it out now, developers can come in with a definitive plan with no streetlights, and they're out of, we don't get a chance to tell them, let me rephrase that, they don't get a chance to ask for a waiver not to use them, they have to put them in the design.
But we could go back through and change the streetlight stuff later on if it became an issue, right?
You could make a section on it too.
Like if people all of a sudden in 10
Because
years
it-
were like,
once it-
I want streetlights, what are we doing here?
But the town takes it over, then it's up to the town.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with the planning board then.
Yeah, the planning board gets take out one, and the only thing the compromise, I talked with, and Dick, this is a long time ago, is that under the streetlights section, when we get into the weeds, you can get into defining streetlights that they call them the luminaires, have to be pointing down, because the streetlights that have been designed in Rutland are the ones that go every which way loose, but you can get into, as part of the design plan, that they have
Just
to be
down.
downward facing looms, which gives you the safety but doesn't take away from the night sky. That's always been my sort of update that we need to do to the subdivision regs, is tell them what type of streetlights is gonna be put in Rutland.
Yeah, instead of just a cone that just goes
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
You've
just-
got
Just a down.
this is my bad habit of
As a
my
hood.
younger days when I was a streetlight engineer in Fort Wayne, is we would force the subdivisions in Fort Wayne that they had to have downward facing
Yeah,
looms.
sure.
In fact, we even did that with full-size streetlights that were, on the main roads. They had to have downward looms as opposed to that old metal halide that would go every which way but loose.
Yeah, okay.
And parking lots the same way, they forced a lot of the, again, I'm going too back, but in the 70s, all the parking lots, like if you drive by, what's the,
Price Chopper, purple.
no, the townhouses on 122A in Holden, just where
Yeah, where they have the big giant.
that's basically a landing strip for Westover when they're coming in, because that goes every which way but
Yeah.
loose, the way they've got those luminaires set up as opposed to downward facing onto the parking lot.
Well, I was in Hollywood Beach, Florida. You guys want somewhere that's high class, let me tell you.
No, it's
Hollywood
not.
Beach.
Yeah.
But it's great right at the beach. But they have that's bulb style, but it's all blacked out on the ocean side because of the sea turtles and their mating
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And truth be told, would I love to go? No, we're never doing this ever. Maybe, but this isn't about what Alex wants, and I like the opportunity for people to decide what they want to do, especially if we can kind of say we want it pointing down.
That's the
And
reason I like to keep it
controlling
in, Dick, but when we get into the design portion back here, we call out that they'll be all downward facing streetlights, and that's the end of the discussion. So the developer, when they come in with their definitive plan, or even their preliminary, the streetlights, that's one of the things I is my big pet peeve. We've been trying to push, at least on the planning board for years, is to have better design plans from the developers. Because a lot of times they don't have in what I call the addendum pages, which the details of how things are gonna be built. And after seeing that design for the marijuana manufacturing facility
Wow.
with 7 or 8 pages of details of everything they were doing in that building, it was just, I think I said to Jimmy and Clea one time, this is what I wanna see on every subdivision coming in from you guys from now on.
Wow.
They should know when they're doing their building plans. Some of those building plans, depending on the level of detail that you're putting into a house and everything, some of those call out for one room. You might have 6, 7, 8 pages of details
Yeah.
for fasting schedules and everything else. Like
Well, any more crossings, and I'm getting off topic, any more crossings in Rutland, as long as I'm on the board for another 3 years, no subdivisions getting through this planning board, or not through us, but through the planning board, without those details before we sign. I've gone through two now, that bridge over on Bear Hill, that was a nightmare. And now we've had to deal with the Bryce Lemon crossing. It's not happening again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a stickler on that one.
It's only a mistake if you don't learn from it, so.
I'm not doing,
As we learn.
yeah, that bridge was a huge learning thing, and I'm hope we never have to go through that again. So, I think, and I'll take
Leave
a,
the street lighting.
leave it in?
Yeah.
and
It's
then,
not saying they have to have street lighting, it's saying that, it doesn't say you
that's
need.
part of the purpose of the, yeah. And when we get to the detail portion, the design portion, we can go into the streetlights and say, this is, the detail. You just can't put a street light with a down-facing luminaire. And then then that's the design they have to follow.
Or ask for a waiver for no streetlights.
They can do that too.
Well, I'm saying maybe you ought to have it in there someplace. As such.
Put in the design, streetlight downward loom.
Well,
I'd really let them ask for the waiver. That's their.
that's, but how do they know about it unless you have it in there? I'm just saying that they ought to have.
The option.
So we should do in street lighting with downward facing loom, just add it in
and-
there?
I wouldn't add it
Also-
here, I'd add it
No
when,
street lights at all.
when we get back to, there's a section here
It's
under design.
Okay.
Where is that? Design standards.
Okay,
And it's got, streets, and that the lights will be under there. And then it's got sidewalks. When we get to that portion, that's
That's
where I
right,
would
Eve.
stick it in.
okay.
Not to hold it too much longer, but if you leave it in, you'll get the plans with them there. Or if they ask early enough, then they don't have to show them in the plans, but I'm sure it's a whole technical timeline just to provide streetlights at every station or
Yep.
every. Or we're not even maybe we provide in this further section like every 150 feet or whatever it is, but.
I don't remember
You know.
exactly the design, but we can take a look when we get there on what
Yeah.
the standards are.
And you're either saving them time or you're telling them, do it, and then we'll waive it, or I don't know what's gonna be, but.
And I don't
Moving
wanna
on.
be a stickler, but, where, right here, there should be a comma, like, and street lighting and other requirements.
Put a comma there.
Because and there's been law cases where there has not been an Oxford comma, I believe it's called, and it leads to like legal issues. The way that I was reading it was that,
Other requirements when it's.
yeah, because that could have gone into that instead of back
Oh,
to
and,
that.
yeah, so it could be signed to the streetlights.
Couple hands in a row.
What'd you
I
say?
said somebody got off on a murder charge because of that.
Was it something like
I
that?
have
No,
no
it wasn't.
idea.
It was some legal case and the comma
whoever that
completely, like
lawyer
the lawyer
was that one-
destroyed it. So I was like, that needs to be a comma, okay.
It's George.
And then Dick has comments about, I thought about this, Dick, when I was reading it, he'd made comments about taking out some of the MGL law. I think it should be in just for the fact that it's a reference. So the developers can't say, I didn't know about that, we actually are quoting MGL law.
Dick, what was your rationale for taking it out?
He's got, the town clerk has, that documentation if they need it.
What was that about?
That was, we were talking about rules and regulations, provided however the pursuant MGL, section and chapter of these rules and regulations and the planning board may appropriately waive such portion of rules and regulations. And I like leaving the MGL in there because it's referencing the subdivision rules and regs of what we can do.
Okay.
And the other portion I liked in here is this is where the waivers, what Keith was talking about, is like, we're saying that you got waiver, you can ask for waivers, but we don't specifically say what. This is my personal opinion, that's the developer's responsibility to know what they wanna waive and what they don't. If they don't ask for waivers, we call it out in our subdivision that you can, so it's up to them to do that. And I know most of the developers that we've had in town, and I've talked with Dave George and Holden, they know what they wanna waive. And they'll come, and then it's negotiations about, okay, if we're gonna waive that, what do we get in return? It's a give and take, we're just not giving free waivers out. Cause we had to do that on, just for you guys weren't here in Ant-Man, and Dick had a huge problem with Hilltop because Cleve come in with, I don't know, 21 waivers. And I thought that subdivision, or at the time, was gonna be good. So Marilyn and I, when she was on the board, basically went on our own, sat down with Clea and said, okay, we're in negotiation time. The only way you're getting this through the planning board is if we get these waivers, yes, what are we getting in return, back and forth, and we got it to a point where we got it down to 13, and that was acceptable by Dick and Norm, and the subdivision went through. But we got in return that you're going to put gravel on the section in front of the road.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have the slope that you had. You're gonna have a slope, but the slope's gonna be reduced. So those were all the negotiations we went through to get that subdivision. So asked for 22 or 23 waivers, something like that, and we got it down to 13. But we got something out of the waivers that we were getting. So that's the negotiation portion of typically a subdivision. When you're in the definitive plan, the developer can get something, but the town's gotta get something too. It's just not a free waiver where you come in and get a waiver and it's done.
Yeah, I can't remember that particular thing right now that you're talking about, but it might be, there's a lot of things I keep thinking, you know.
No,
Because select board was mentioning something and I said, you know, they're not supposed to be commenting on our stuff.
yeah, that's the sandbox thing I brought up yesterday. We play in our sandbox, they play in their sandbox, conservation's in there.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane or your sandbox, so.
Okay,
All right, so we're through that.
what the hell did I write on top?
Yeah, add in right to farm as part of the interpretation.
That's one of the things, I mean, people move into town, but yet their neighbor can have chickens and things like that, and that's one of the reasons why I say, why isn't it more distributed in the town, the right?
No, I like that, and under that interpretation where it says, encourage coordination with the master plan of the town, including the goals to preserve the rural character and scenic vistas along Rutland's roadways, comma, and seek to mitigate the impact of subdivision construction on municipal services and the landscape throughout the town. Somewhere we gotta work in, I don't know if you'd put somewhere in there, because Rutland is you gotta put that right to farm somewhere in there. I don't know where to put it right now.
As Rutland is a right to farm community,
Yeah, I'm fine with that, Amanda. That's actually,
where would we add that into this?
You could do
yeah.
it right in the very beginning if you
you
would.
could interpret right, we'll consider general character of the town of Rutland as a right to farm town
Community.
to encourage
Yeah.
coordination, yeah.
So I'm not making notes about this.
I'm writing them
You're,
in as
okay,
we
just
go,
making sure that
yeah.
you're making notes, 'cause I'm
This is
not.
gonna be sort of the, if you wanna call it the markup that we're gonna
Yeah.
give,
Yeah.
guess we gotta find somebody to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to get the Word document from somebody and update it.
Cause I'm looking at the one that I have, I
And you
can't
just got a
modify
PDF,
this.
that's all you got.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just gonna put in,
man.
regulation, right to town, Rutland, and after Rutland, I'm gonna put as a right to farm community. And then there's a comma, I'm gonna take the comma out and put to encourage coordination with the master plan of the town, including, and then we'll leave everything else the same, but at least we get that right to farm in that interpretation.
Because it was voted on by
Of-
a
I
town
can-
meeting
I can.
and all that, so.
it will let
that's-
me.
Excuse me.
Where's mine?
Wow.
I
Thank
need,
you.
I left my water in my car.
This goes to the great wife.
Do you want me to text you an order?
I can alter this
Okay,
in Google Docs. Did we take, going to just the comma? My comma.
on the first one, under A,
Yep,
after subdivision, we put including, open space lots by the ways that will be safe and convenient for travel.
should I bold any of these or put them in a different
Highlight them,
color?
highlight them.
Okay.
Highlight them with yellow or something like that.
What the heck did I just write?
Including
can you
open
just-
space lots, nope, you got it, and then,
What do I need to highlight?
highlight,
By,
including open space lots, that's it.
alright, so I'm gonna highlight that. I'm not super familiar with this app, but I think I
That
can
one right
figure
there,
it
and
out,
then-
just like Word.
Yep, now it'll be yellow all the time since you already did it once.
All right, gonna do my little comma.
And then we don't have anything else changed on that one. We're good
Thank
there.
you. All right, good. Let's work smarter, not harder.
And then, when you get to B, under interpretation, after the word Rutland,
Yep.
put as a right to farm community. And then dump the comma and put, to encourage.
Signs, Dick, those right to farm community signs.
There we go. That does it.
Thank you.
Let's put it this way,
Okay, I got it.
I haven't got the money like I used to. I used to print them out for the Ag Commission to put on the roads and things like that. But we haven't lately. And they're fading, in the sunlight and all that, they fade.
Now this is,
I do have one that I wanted to put on the side
we go
of
down to
community.
After.
3, yeah, that's where his comments are.
I wanna get
Do you
one of
have
those
that with
eventually.
his red line? Yeah, that red
All right,
line.
cool.
To the tractor.
That's where I'm struggling of, what was he, he's got best
It's one of those
management
things that sticks
practice.
out that you really love about the town.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with putting that in best management practice. Anybody got any comments on his red line for best management practice, which is a structural, non-structural technique for managing stormwater to prevent? He's basically putting in all the stormwater issues.
Yeah.
And Dick, you didn't have any comments, so I was fine with it when I read it over. It's under definition, so he's
Yeah.
defining what best management
Yeah.
practice is. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So we can leave that alone.
I mean, it doesn't always include water, building, as building best
But we
management
can't
practice.
control how they build the building,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wish we could.
that's the soon-to-be
Well, they
new
gotta-
building inspector, since we don't have one right now.
Oh, he
I
quit?
see what
He
you,
retired.
Really?
Yeah, as of Monday, the select board meeting,
Harry?
yep,
Harold.
Harold
I'm
retired.
sorry. Yeah.
So
Wow.
we've gotta go out and find a new one.
Along with a
He was
planner
good at that.
and a building inspector.
Yeah,
This is not good, guys.
planner's not gonna happen.
So we don't have a planner, we don't have a building inspector.
I
Like, we
nominate
all see
you for
the
planning.
writing on the wall,
Writing.
right?
See,
Okay,
that was easy.
I'd be a better building inspector than a planner.
well, then you should do it. You should apply for it, Alex.
Nominate you for.
Drive around in my, you get me a town supplied gator, you can get me my hands on that gator they have over at, public safety, I'm all about it.
Cut, the next one, Dick, you had cut and a question mark. I'm okay with that. It says sometimes known as grubbing, where the primary excavation, I'm okay with that. I know you got a question mark, but I'm fine with that. The dead end street,
Let's just, farmer versus average person, grubbing is altogether different.
correct. The thing I liked you put next is right below that. It says dead end street.
Yeah,
Max length of 1,000 feet. We define that when we're doing dead end, but it doesn't hurt. It says when dead end includes a loop, the length, and we should probably put right here after length, Amanda,
Right after length.
put
on
in
dead
parentheses, max of 1,000 feet.
end. Maximum of how many?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
That's a definition, and we're defining what the maximum length of it is, so we
Correct.
kill that.
So the max, I don't mean to sound ignorant, new kid on the block. So a dead end street can only be 1,000
That's
feet.
it, yep, can't exceed that.
I feel like Quail Run is more than 1,000 feet.
Technically, it's not a dead end, it's got a cul-de-sac at the end, right?
Are you serious?
No, that doesn't matter.
it doesn't
Oh, it
matter.
doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Then how did that get through?
Quail Hollow,
Yeah,
Quail Run.
Quail
Run.
Run, where I'm having a brain
Bear
dead.
Run too. Bear
Bear
Hill
Hill
at the
too.
The
bottom.
hill, quail went around and come back in.
It's the first one that he built there, right
Yeah, on
before
the right-hand
the
side.
bridge, right before the.
That's way more than 1,000 feet, and that is absolutely a dead end.
Yeah, that was when we were first getting started with it, so I would say offhand,
That was 2004, 2002.
something like that, yeah.
I can't believe that thing got through without a traffic study.
Well, it had the whole Bear Hill one had a whole study done by the state. That was the problem we were having on the board, trying to
Yeah.
find that study, and I had to call in some favors for Delia to get those documents, because the state had them.
For a traffic study for?
Well, just the entire study.
Okay.
which included a traffic study. All that stuff was in there,
I'd
including
love to
the,
see that, what they thought was gonna happen to Brittenell when they added 100 homes to it.
typically the traffic study would have been for Palmagussit. I don't know if they'd have done Brittenell because at that time, Bear Hill 1 did not go through. It only went
correct.
to the end
So then
of.
for Bear Hill 2, I
When
would
Bear
thought
Hill
they
2
would have
was,
done that.
Neil Viner, I love him to death.
Yeah.
The only way Arrowhead was getting built which is Bear Hill 2, is if there was a second egress.
Yeah.
And to get around it legally, again, we had no planner, did the best we could. They used
Yeah,
that
yeah,
exit
yeah.
out on Brittenell
Yeah.
as a second egress.
Which
Do you know how easy it is for me to come in and not having had to sit in those meetings and go, how could you have done this? Like you really dropped it.
No,
Like
no.
I'm sure
I mean-
in reality it was much.
I mean,
much.
I can tell you I was on the board for 10 years until we found out that there was an A&R that Deval Patrick had done. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
A citizen came in and said, hey, have you looked at this? And I'm going like, where the hell's that? So we got a copy of it, and that's how we put into place the illusionary lots. I mean, Norm wrote a letter,
Yeah.
put it in on the town website saying, that's it. No more freebies of putting a house on this road and using the address over here. That's
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah.
But it's just because that citizen was good enough to get it to us. And we didn't have a planner at that, so we didn't have the knowledge that was there. Dave George comes on board and he's throwing these documents out to us. I'm going, man, he's worth every penny we're paying him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but stuff like that is to your point, Alex, there were 5 people on this board that did the best they could with what they had, and anyhow, let's keep
Going
moving.
up against the legalese.
Grading, I'm okay, Dick. It says you got in here, grading is leveling of the materials. Active soil is cleared, stripped, stockpiled, moved, any subdivision. In the process thereof, you could put after that, in the process of leveling,
Where am I putting this? After
down
what
on
word?
grading.
Yeah, I know, but after what word? Where am
I'm
I
trying to figure out any act of soil is cleared, because grading they're defining grading.
Cleared, stripped, or stockpiled?
You know what you could do, Dick, is any act of which leveling of soil is cleared, stripped. So you put the leveling in, but you put it at the beginning of the sentence.
Okay.
So add that in a minute. Any act of which
Leveling of soil.
of soil is cleared, stripped, stockpiled, moved on a site, or any combination thereof. That way we defined what grading is.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
do we have to have the word level? Does grading necessarily mean leveling? I'm not trying to nitpick,
You're
but
taking a pile and leveling it out.
I thought grading means to level?
Grading could mean multiple things.
But if you put leveling of the soil,
That really puts it right there.
yeah. So what you're trying to do is have them from not doing the clumps and like what Alex has seen over on Brittenell Estates where they got stuff piled up.
Oh, you mean across the street from me?
Yeah.
It is unsafe, and I know it's private
Oh,
property.
yeah.
I do not go on there, but there are children in my neighborhood that I've seen climbing on those, and I'm like, they're
Well, I
gonna.
used to do it as a kid all
I
the
don't-
time in my subdivision.
I know you didn't. You're lucky to be alive.
No,
I know
we-
we've talked about this.
we were
I'm not trying to beat a dead
indestructible in
horse. Not trying to beat it. A lot of children died. All right, let's keep moving. So
Yep.
any leveling of soil. Let's. All right.
That's it.
Cool.
That's
Let's
it.
do it.
And then he's got a definition of low impact. I like that because we talk about it in our subdivision regs, but we never defined it.
We used it in our village.
Yeah.
Districts.
Well, I thought we put it in here too, but it was like a paragraph. It didn't
Yeah.
really go in, and Gabe's done a phenomenal job of expanding on lid design, so
yeah.
I'm fine for leaving what he's got in there in red. You put 500-year storm, no, I, in his definitions where he put what we need to update, I like his, he had,
100.
yeah, he's got, 100-year floodplain, I'm fine with
And
that,
that's what it is. That's what's been set up for multiple
yeah.
years.
yeah.
But just
500.
what happened here
Yeah,
is a 500 year, and sooner or later, we're gonna start getting nailed with the bigger ones.
I just don't wanna go outside FEMA, cause FEMA only goes to 100-year, and if we discount what the feds do, I'm not.
I know, and I didn't go down to wildlife management to talk to them about the dam. So we get FEMA out of Rutland.
Massachusetts stormwater handbook, I love that he put that in there for a definition.
Sure.
Municipal separate storm sewer system, MS4. Dick, the only reason I wasn't gonna change where you've got the gutter definition is he pulled this directly out of MS4. And I don't wanna go outside of what's defined by that MS4 definition.
Okay.
Because in his comments later on, Gabe talked about impermeable surfaces. I love what he did with those pavers. That's gonna be a little more expensive for the house owners, but I think it's a smarter move than having all that asphalt all around.
Expensive in the immediate, but less expensive in the overall.
I did the same thing in Chicago. We tore out our concrete driveway and walk in and put pavers in. And unfortunately in Chicago, it's all clay. So I needed some way to distribute that water, because otherwise I was just getting buildup on all sides of the houses with water.
I know somebody who they were building right next to the water on Lake Winnipesaukee, and in order to put in a driveway, they had to have this like permeable driveway, and they had to vacuumed every few years and everything. I think it was a whole
Expensive.
thing, but they wanted it, so.
Well, if you have, and again, this is just my minimal construction, if you put in the pavers with a nice underbase with multiple levels of gravel, your drainage is basically right there. It'll distribute down to the ground.
Yeah.
If you get somebody just throwing it in and throwing an inch of gravel on top and putting pavers on it, then you're asking for what you just described, a mess. And you get the growth of grass through the pavers, which blocks everything off, so, yeah. The next comment you got is down in public ways. You got need printout of these laws, yeah. I think in this document referencing them is good enough, but I think the planning board should have at our disposal the mass general laws that apply to us. And I guess that's asking Anita to pull those for us, because from outside of you,
Yes.
the rest of the board can have free documents and there's no
You
charge.
mean, all
Yes.
all those different,
This
mass
isn't a
laws.
this isn't a bad thing for me to give to Anita and say, can we get copies of these, or Ben? And then like 5 copies for the planning board.
okay, oh,
I'm keeping this, I'm gonna give to her.
all right.
Residential, a dead-end street, or set of streets which does not serve more than 20 dwellings, residential access street. I think because the dead-end street, did we define that back? We defined it back up here.
Yeah.
I believe we
1,000.
did.
Yeah, so-
1,000 feet.
I'm gonna leave that out from your comments, cause we defined it up stop.
Okay,
Because if they look at residential access street and it says dead end, we have dead end street definition up here, so I'm fine with that. All right, let's keep going.
yeah.
This might take more than one meeting to get
I
through,
think
but,
so, yeah.
but I would rather be thorough than,
We need to.
next one, sub-collector street.
Doesn't do us any good to not be thorough and then have
No.
to spend another 6 meetings on it later
Nope.
on.
I'd rather spend a couple meetings, get this correct and send it to the planning board as a complete update. Sub-collector, street with anticipated traffic equivalent to that generated by 50 homes or more, which serves a budding land zone for business and shall have crossing lights. I don't know how to put that in there.
He wants to add and
And shall have crossing lights.
This is, I am so
No, you've got a good point, you do.
sick and tired of Rutland here. Girl almost died over here on Maple Ave and Main Street. I don't know how many freaking years ago. They were supposed to come in with lights and never did. Never, ever did. And it ticks me off to this very day, for crying out loud,
You know,
because
we can put in here, and shall have appropriate, crossing devices as defined by the planning board. That'll give us the authority.
there you go.
So that's only sub-collector street. And
Yep,
where
and
do I-
then put, let
New
me-
sentence?
Yep,
Or and.
or just put, it shall have appropriate crossing devices. It could be lights, it could be painted, as, defined by the planning board. That'll give the authority of the planning board, if we see something, you know, like, there's 50 houses here and we wanna put crossing in, we'll force the developer to put it in as part of our review during the definitive plan.
Thank you.
What's the crossing at the beginning of that road, the entrance, or across the street, across?
No, it's basically, crossing is devices, so if you have to cross the street, there could be painted crossings and a crossing light up there.
Yeah, like a flasher.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm.
But if you put devices, it gives more opportunity
Was-
to the
yeah.
planning board to say what you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I'm
the
just
reason
making
why
sure.
I say Maple Ave, because in the fall, when the sun is coming down
you can't see
low,
anything.
you can't see anything. And
Well, we all know what happened with the older lady at the church, because there was no crossing there when she tried crossing and got hit,
When did that happen?
less than a year ago.
Oh, really? Oh, is that why they have those things now?
Yeah, that's why they've got, the church actually put the cones up when they're having services now
That's
to,
good.
I mean, there is a
indicate.
petition on the town website about safety, road safety. I mean, you can, triple, quadruple it if we all put the same thing, which is flashes on all of it.
I think we should put
Crosswalks.
I like the flashings. They did it at WPI a couple of years ago, and it is very visible.
that's,
Because that is a
Yeah,
high
it
traffic
looks,
area
yeah.
for those kids, and it's like, okay, you're going through, and like, you press the button, it's like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." So I like those, but will that be the cost of the developer, and then what is it gonna cost the town to maintain that?
when the road gets turned over, the DPW would be in charge of
Yeah.
maintaining that, which,
but to me, safety for crying out loud, all you need is to protect that one kid for crying out
Agree.
loud.
yeah.
And to me, it's worth it.
I agree.
The next one is soil. You've got
This town has more than one type of soil.
any earth, sand, rock, gravel, or similar material. I'm okay with, you've got in here gravel is sand/rocks.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to go into that definition, cause gravel can be any size from
oh, yeah.
half inch up to a freaking ledge rock, so to
Yeah.
speak. So I don't see we need that. I don't know what
All right.
anybody else, I mean, I don't wanna get into the
Similar
weeds.
material, that kinda
Should we do, or
encompasses a
similar,
lot.
should we do it as like organic or inorganic material?
Well, with similar
Can we do it?
material, that gives you,
Leeway?
Gives you flexibility.
yeah, it gives you, the or similar is, I think, what gets us out of jail, because it's listed under soil, and soil is anything, I mean.
Well, that's just it, and you're gonna call soil gravel? No. Because wood chips is what they're starting to call soil nowadays.
Yeah, it's all in Britnell.
But
trust
you
me.
have to wait for it to decompose and everything else.
And everything moves down a couple inches.
Yes, exactly.
Your house cracks.
I don't wanna get too much into the weeds, because we don't define individuals. I think that soil defining as earth, sand, gravel, rocks, and similar material, that gives us enough leeway of anything that's basically on the ground. That's considered soil.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I don't wanna get too much in the weeds, because I listened to what Addison said, if you paint yourself in a corner, you're gonna be in the corner. If you give or similar material, it gives the planning board more latitude to say, no, that's, like, I really wanna get rid of wood chips as, part of, embankment. but
Yes, exactly.
That's gotta go.
Yeah.
Strips are good, and then Gabe added total maximum daily load. TMDL, establishes maximum amount of pollution that a water, this comes from the, stormwater management, so
Great.
It's
I'm fine
such
with
a-
that.
Such a dark thing to do. How much can I pollute this before it like completely gets beyond repair?
That would be the
EPA.
lake over off
I
of,
know, I get it, it's just, it's such a,
that was $1 million fine, and,
Well, like you said, it's, the water ain't clean, but they tell you to drink it.
Yeah.
Wash your,
the next
wash
one,
your, take a shower and,
you do this.
but
Said-
they claim it's safe because it just doesn't have that much.
That's what happens
You know,
when
it's
you
like when your
cheap
parents tell you.
Well, red dye is safe in small
green
amounts,
beans,
right?
they're like,
Yeah.
don't worry,
Yeah.
it's just a
So is
small
arsenic.
amount. You can, you're like, I don't like them.
This is where I don't know, Dick, under wetland resource area, when they call it MGL, chapter 31 and 3110 CMR,
Yeah,
does that cover zone A's? That's
No.
what, it doesn't.
no, it's wetland delineations.
Sorry.
Then after, where it says 310 CMR 10A/F, we should put and zone A watershed protected areas.
All right.
So write down where you see,
And.
yep,
All right,
and,
let me highlight it.
yep, and put zone A,
And zone A,
watershed protected areas.
watershed protected areas.
And I did have wetland maps that I was gonna put in here, but I was told no.
Yeah,
They had all the zone A stuff on it.
well, if we had a planning board office where we would meet in, they would be
Yeah.
there, but that's gonna be a no-go. So,
I'm not gonna request a meet. Office.
oh,
your
Gabe
house.
missed this one.
Hey,
Over
come
on
on.
page 10,
We could.
Page 10.
which falls under, it's under
Use that
section
all as
4 preliminary plans application,
Hang up by the track.
and it's,
Oh,
1A, and then it's over here
You're on
on,
page 9,
yeah, actually, it's page 10 is where we're gonna end up,
so it's C
under E.
and a butters? Oh, E, 3.5?
Yeah, that needs to, it's gotta change, 3.5, I've got a few at the house, or CDs, those are even possible.
Well, then on this,
Oh, what, Gabe put that in there?
yeah, he did an electronic copy
Oh,
of
I
the
didn't have that
plan.
in there. Good, then leave that
Meeting
alone.
requirement for
Please
level one
keep.
submission.
Yeah, 3.5-inch computer disk, that's a floppy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The hard disk. But
Well, yeah, but
5 and a
floppy
quarter and
was
8
5
inch,
inches.
5 and a
Was it?
quarter and then 8 inch discs,
A long
which,
time ago, they were this
floppy
big.
was
they called it 3.5 inch floppy, but they got
Okay.
that because before the 3.5 inch, there was a 5 and a quarter that was
Yeah.
actually
Remember those?
flexible.
Oh,
Those-
okay.
they were like
Alright,
this
yeah, I
big.
don't know.
Yeah.
those,
I remember those.
They were
Those
actually
big.
5 and a quarter
That was
inches,
before me.
and before, I'm guessing Dick and I are probably the only, they used to have 8 inch floppies.
Ooh.
Yeah, I worked with those back in my younger days on power plants. That's all we had there. Let's see.
C,
C, topographic contours with minimal intervals of 3 meters. Yeah, that's gotta change. We don't do meters in the US.
Yeah,
So you
don't
want
tell
to
that
change
to your
the speed?
military.
Yeah, if I'm
6 feet.
overseas, it's meters, clicks and all that good stuff.
used to
Did
be-
he have any comments on
I
that
don't see
one? He
anything.
didn't. Dick's got, something high,
Play a computer game on it.
15 or
Oh,
greater
wow.
slopes.
Obviously, this is what.
Yeah, that's what I had, like.
I'm not sure what you were hitting at on this one.
Um,
But what is the typical? Is it
Contour
5 feet is,
Intervals
that's
of 3
asking-
meters,
that's 9 feet, which would be 10 feet.
oh, 3 feet.
yeah, 15-degree or greater slopes.
3 meters is 9 feet or thereabout, closer to 10.
My complaint to you before
What the
was that
heck?
our
I'll tell ya.
scopes are in meters, but where we shoot, the target ranges are all in yards.
Yes,
So that,
Yes.
and you're asking a bunch of kids with like remedial math educations to,
That's
to
why
try
we-
and figure this out.
that's why I wanna go to feet. Everybody knows feet. 1,
Well,
2,
Just
3.
send us all the meters, I don't even care.
I just wanted 15 degrees because I figured that's in most of the stuff
Oh, I
that
know we
I've
could
read.
put, I'd change 3 meters is 10 feet, so I'm fine with 10, changing that to 10
10
feet for
feet.
slopes.
And that should take care of that, or greater slopes.
Yeah, and then I've gotta add that in.
Yeah, it is weird that he throws meters in there.
So just change 3 meters to 10 feet, is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Change
intervals of
3.
10, TEN parentheses, and then 10, the number 10 feet.
Now, that's to show the contours, isn't it?
Yeah, and then,
In 10-foot differences.
now how do we put in, with a 15 or degrees?
Slopes,
Yeah,
any slope greater than 15,
has to be designated?
yeah.
Requires a waiver.
No, I don't think,
No, not a waiver.
Illegal, cannot do not pass go.
Yeah, really.
that's gonna be tough in Rutland, cause there
Yeah,
are
I
some
know.
slopes. I would put
That you can't build on.
all these numbers, just put,
This one.
cause this has all got the semicolon, so all it does is add on,
Yeah,
topographic contours. Dick, what if we put topographical contours, with a minimum of 10 feet and 15 degrees or greater slope.
Okay.
Put that in there.
All right, interval of 10 feet or,
And
and,
and a slope greater than 15 degrees.
greater than.
There we go, we covered that.
Yeah.
So that to me sounds like it needs to be every however many feet we just said.
Every
10
10
feet.
foot.
Every 10
They
feet,
have to make a
or
mark
if it's,
on the-
if it's more than 15 degrees, that
On the
also
bullet.
triggers and they would need additional
Yeah.
topographical
Correct,
lines.
yeah.
Okay, just,
So this now reads topographic contours with a minimum interval of 10 feet and a slope greater than 15 degrees.
Correct.
All right.
And I'm good. Gabe added in a 13.
No, I just get my legs out.
You've got zone A in here, but I think we covered that with the definition earlier by indicating that under the definition of watershed, because this talks about stormwater and watershed, and they'll have to go back to the definition, which includes zone A, since we added that in.
Okay,
So-
I'm just trying to advertise more.
Okay, stormwater narrative.
Because that's one thing that, Zone A is DCR and
Yeah.
MWRA and
Let me
all
look
those
back at
people.
this that his definition. Put that in. I don't wanna, what I'm
There's a
trying,
meeting tomorrow night in the library.
what, MWRI?
Ware River Watershed Advisory Committee, which I spent 24 years on. Thank goodness I'm not on it anymore. That was
I'm fine with leaving it the way it is with his comments.
it was the first time that I was made, chair. Thank God it was the last.
And the next one is D, which is report of Board of Health. Add in DEP and sign offs when okayed, also make sure.
Because Board of Health, in my opinion, I gotta be careful because we're online and all that.
No?
In this town right now, I'm a little leery. I'm gonna just say that, I'm a little leery. And I want to be signed off by DCR or DEP. When they come in here, I want the individual that's checking on things, put their name down and date and all that. I don't want them to say, okay, it's okay. No, I want a full signature down on things. Because there are too many things that have gotten by this town because of,
Well,
Yeah, I'm
you,
trying,
I gotta be careful.
you lose that paperwork or no one can find it. That's what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I mean, even email can be easy or hard to find too, so. I mean, I don't know how, in the digital world, you
It's just hard
document.
It's what you were saying. When I was in Concom, there was a gentleman who said that they could perk a swan.
Oh, well, yeah, could
I
be
can't,
people.
I have to,
Yeah.
Not only is that person still here,
Or,
but also
if
there are
DCR
other people
emailed
that are
someone, I
on
mean,
different
I'd
boards that
consider
are
that.
still.
you know, past mustard. but-
here's where I think we should put that in, Dick.
Okay,
Because I don't wanna put it on the Board of Health because we're specifically calling them out and the DEP and DCR aren't under the Board of Health, they're their own.
Well, there's that
Down under
E.
comments of other town officials,
yeah,
there's a section there that says within 35 days of submission of preliminary plan, any town official and commission to whom notice was given is required to basically comment back. We could put, and commissions, including DCR and DEP.
yeah,
And that would cover your comments then.
Including
very good.
DCR and who?
DEP.
Do I need to write those out?
No, leave them in there,
People know, Department of Environmental Protection
yeah.
and Department of,
I'm gonna write them out,
Conservation,
just as if
recreation.
we don't define them, if you don't have it
They
somewhere
don't
else
We
in
have
parentheses.
Do too much there. They'd
Department.
rather you stay away.
What's DCR?
Department of Conservation Recreation.
Conservation.
Recreation.
Don't tell them that you're allowed to swim there or do any of that stuff. They'll get very angry with you and tell you to.
Yeah, that's fine. And then, once we do it here, if it's anyplace else in the document, we've already defined it once.
Yes, Department
of environmental protection is DEP.
EN protection.
That's it for this one.
So I have, within 35 days of the submission of the preliminary plan, any of the town officials and commissions, new, including Department of Conservation Recreation, DCR, and Department of Environmental Protection, DEP. Is that all that it needs to
Yeah.
include? Conservation, recreation.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to make sure as part of the, when we get to that, of where who these plans are distributed to,
Yeah.
do we define that? I'm looking right back. Oh, got my pages out of order. No, bad, Tim.
I got a comment right after, so I don't wanna distract you.
No, I just gotta get my pages correct. There we go. I wanna look back and see if we define. Content. We need to go back to page 10. Let me make sure I'm correct. I wanna make sure we dot the i's and cross the t's.
Submit a given notice,
Yeah, under 4,
yeah.
we need to have an, F, G, H, I, and J.
What's I?
I will be, DCR.
Oh, you're making me write it out again. All right.
No,
Cause I did it below. Yeah, I gotta cut and paste.
cut and paste the,
So it's both of these DCR and
yeah,
DEP.
you could cut both of those and bring it over, and then we can go back to that highlight and put DCR and DP,
Yeah.
because we defined it earlier.
Cool. So I and J.
Yeah,
Yep. Need to be lowercase. Oh, come on. There we go. So we have added DCR and DEP, page 10 to 4. Submit a copy of the written notice given to the town clerk in the Form B file with the planning board.
yep.
Okay.
And that gets us covered. This is my going through technical documents, and I'm doing that in Eversource. All right, 13 is nothing.
So I wanna comment on Eve real quick.
Yes.
Which is comments of other town officials, just with the concept that Dick was talking about, of people signing off and saying they have no problem with it. At the end of this paragraph, it says, in the event that any such town official or commission fails to submit comments, the way I'm reading it, the applicant shall submit a written statement to the planning board saying that these people wouldn't talk to me or provide no comment. Wouldn't you want the board or commission to be making that statement?
No, because the
Why do you
plans
want-
are running them through is the developers. Planning board is not in charge of collecting the comments. I mean, we're in charge of collecting, but we're not going out. We don't go to the individual officials and say, hey, get your job done.
It says the applicant has to write a statement claiming that these people, what I'm gonna say is, how do you know that someone is declining to meet if the real town official or the commission isn't? I mean,
Well, that's when we do our check-in. If say, XYZ comes in and said, well, I talked to the Concon and they don't need anything.
yeah,
Basically, at that point, it's up to the planning board to do the checks and balances. But we
which is to.
call the Concom and call it, either the vice chair or the chair would be responsible for calling that, commission or committee's head, say, did you have any communication? And that, or an email,
Yeah.
an email is probably a better way to do it. An email to that commission saying, did you, and if they come back and say, we were never approached and we have no comment, it's basically a checks and balances if the applicant comes in and says that,
Yeah.
they didn't have any,
But I know
comments.
when someone wants to, like Alex has looked up documents and someone can't find them, it's just the idea that it's not just a verbal, oh, they didn't talk to me.
no, that's the push, which I agree with Alex and
Yeah.
Lauren on.
Yeah.
You gotta have the email trails. Without them,
Yeah, I mean, then everyone goes like, well, what happened? And if it's 5 years prior, you know, it.
Or in the case of
People go,
some of
really?
these
Someone didn't-
subdivisions, 18 years.
Yeah, I guess my next comment would be, do we wanna repeat the list from above that says, you know, we want written, you know, like a checkbox, did you call
That'll be the forms in the back.
DEP, did they respond, yes or no? Did you call police fire, did they respond, yes or no? I mean, I know sometimes we get, for example, if Tamika is distributing documents and then returning to us with group emails and stuff, that's one way for us to hear back from people, but you know, do we want the like, for example, if it says the applicant is supposed to provide a letter that says they wouldn't talk to, you know, XYZ, I called, never heard back within 20 days. I mean, do we wanna provide them a list of people just so
Well, they've got the list at the beginning,
they do,
and
but are they
I guess
gonna-
my comment would be we'd have to come up with a checklist.
Yeah,
And if we can ever get a planner, we really need, because all we have
Is
for a
that something
form.
Gabe could do?
but like
Yeah,
a form that just says, hey, I talked to this person, got a response, 12/10/26. Talked to this department,
I'll put in, Amanda, can you put a note after, on E, like down here,
She'll point
right here, below this too?
below two.
Check with Gabe for potential checklist of,
Check with Gabe.
for checklist of departments or
and
commissions
officials, yeah,
required for preliminary plan.
which is similar to the sign off.
Sorry, commissions for what?
Commissions or committees,
Or town
no,
officials,
yeah,
it's
Or
everything
town
related.
officials?
That's-
For what?
let me read what you got.
Oh, my spelling is horrible.
No, check with Gabe for potential checklist of departments or commissions. Or instead of committees, put town officials. Oh, you've got town officials, just get rid of committees, cause committees don't have any authority, it's the commissions and town officials and departments. Checklist for approvals. That's good, okay, you got that, Keith.
Okay. It may help people in the future, I guess.
Yep, alright, so
Wanna highlight
that
that?
takes care of 12. 13's really. Dick, I like this because what this does on, when we go over the last paragraph of F of the preliminary plan, we say it doesn't constitute approval of proposed subdivision. But if they don't submit a definitive plan within 7 months, game over, start from scratch.
That's correct.
Which is up on, what's the street I'm thinking of, starts with a P. Where
I'll
the,
guess it.
no,
Pleasantdale.
where the Rutland Sportsman's Club is.
Pleasantdale.
Pleasantdale.
Yeah.
There's a subdivision down off of Pleasantdale that was preliminary approved 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And it never went to definitive, so as far as we're concerned right now, based
Oh, that's
upon
right.
this,
That's right, yeah.
that.
Can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, McAllister Place? McAllister Place, there was a preliminary but never went to definitive, so now if,
Brought to us by,
Blair, yeah.
Oh, really?
And it never got built. So as far as this is concerned, our subdivision regs now, they need to redo another preliminary plan to put before us,
Right.
because it's null and void.
Yep.
What section?
Well, let me
is
rephrase that.
That goes in?
Constitute approval, let me read this again, provide the definitive plans. Governs the definitive plan of all such, the preliminary provides such, okay, all right, so it basically says that he couldn't provide a definitive plan because it's outside the 7 month, so start from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And that's the same with Harry Johnson there, that Milliken Brook or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's shot down, that's outside the window of 7 months
Outside
too.
the- And that's the one that I had to send to DCR, Zone A, because there was 2 huge swamps in there.
Yeah,
And I told him about that he might be hauling dirt in
and covering it up.
and covering the swamps up for the subdivision to go in there. And there's been no dirt. There's nothing happened to that egress cause I just went down that street this morning.
And it's dead in the water.
And hasn't been touched, it's all growing up and everything else, so.
I feel sorry for the house over by you, that new one that's getting built that has this 45-degree
It's not
slope down to
good.
it.
It's not good.
Whoever buys that better have a skid steer that pull their vehicles up and down that freaking driveway.
And some good mosquito repellent.
Oh,
on
yeah,
top
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
wetlands.
Anyhow, we're getting,
But my battery's dying.
that?
How much more do we wanna do? I can plug this in, do I need to plug it in?
Alligator
Plug it in.
up and-
let's go till, is 8 okay with you guys and call it quits, another 40 minutes? I don't wanna drag this thing on.
No, that's good.
But I wanna get through as much as we can tonight, and then we'll have to schedule another one.
Yeah. You can get out, I can't tell.
Oh, yeah.
what kind of-
All right, we got a 5-minute smoke break.
Nimble. Well,
Good idea.
We used to do that at the power plant all the time, because most of the guys were working with me, the union guys. Hey, smoke break, just get out of here, go take a 5-minute smoke break and come back.
Yeah, there's too much air. Gotta-
And these guys were the same guys that were welding up everything, getting enough fumes in their lungs, but
Yeah,
the 90s were a different world.
yeah.
See, so 13, I don't have anything. I'm fine. 14 is I don't think we need to put that, Dick, on with DCR.
What did I write?
You put including sewers on DCR. I think if we just say sewer facilities were covered, because that could mean sewer facilities anywhere on DCR, any properties within a definitive plan that's being used as a sewer.
I might have put that in there because of the sewer line near capacity. And the next,
And we gotta stay out of that one, cause that's not our sandbox, that's Chris's.
it is our sandbox because if somebody comes in with a subdivision,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why under the copies, it goes to the sewer commission. So
Okay.
they've gotta come back and say it's okay.
Yeah.
If they say it's done, that definitive plan doesn't go anywhere, it dies.
well,
So that's
to
why-
you, to you people, for crying out loud, I'm just letting you know, this sewer line is near capacity.
Yeah.
And it was also brought up, and I don't know if it was Norm or who it was, stated that the next subdivision, a person comes in with a subdivision, a new subdivision, has to, and it's gonna be on town sewer, has to pay for Weston and Sampson to do a study on capacities.
Do we need to put that in here?
I'm telling you right now, because
Well, you know
the
what?
select board is, they're the sewer commissioners.
Yeah, we don't have control over
And
that.
they will not,
You can fit.
they're gonna look, I don't know if they'll look the other way or what, but they, you know, they don't wanna.
We're on 14, Amanda,
14.
page 14.
Okay.
Under 4, and then it's G.
Yep.
This is for the definitive plan for submission, so to Dick's point, since we're sending a copy to the sewer commission. Oh, did Gabe change that? I apologize, I got all like.
So look at I'm sorry, my cord only goes so far. I think there's no.
Nope,
cords on the floor.
he changed what I wanted him to change, was
The
to get rid
electronic copy?
Yep, good, excellent, he did that. So if we go to number 4 down there, which is a little bit,
Submit a
it
copy.
defines all the copies, and it's got the sewer commission. So Dick's concerns about issues of sewer lines being overloaded, and it also has in there, the Department of Public Works, and the Water Commission. So we're covering it by sending the definitive plans to them and let them comment on it. So if they've got a problem with capacity,
Yeah,
that should come back in the, comments to us, or not to us, to the planning
to
board.
the planning board,
Do we
correct.
have to state that we're curious
No.
about that topic?
That's their.
No.
I don't wanna get into their sandbox, it's them to do it.
Yeah, so if they fail to address it,
It's
it's
on them.
on them.
Yeah.
It's on them.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll always get blamed for
When
it.
I talked to the lady
I can't
down-
fix that, I cannot fix that.
Cause I mean, everyone comes back, why did we build this, planning board?
Well, there's
Yeah.
no real way for us to put in, the chief needs to check for X, Y, and Z, cause that's always gonna evolve as the
Yeah,
years
yeah, you
go
don't
on.
wanna.
You're out of power?
Oh, you have power strip. Thank you.
And, that's why she is the best that, we've got in town. They're paying you, correct? You're getting a paycheck, right?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Okay, good,
I live in town, so I care.
okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
It goes pretty far if you want.
Yeah.
If you left that in there, it wouldn't be there when you come back.
Yeah, make sure you come and get that, but when you close down, otherwise, things grow legs sometimes. So I'm good with what it is,
Yeah,
and to Alex's point, I don't wanna get in depth because that's their responsibility.
yeah.
But I would definitely have it in there for, because Joe Buckley already had mentioned something about it. So I just want, how can you say, we need to know if there is room enough for X number of gallonage in the
Well,
different lines.
if you go to 5, it says, to enable the sewer and water departments to prepare such comments in time and fashion, the applicant shall submit to the departments, together with items specified in section VA4 of the rules and regs, a plan showing in detail the proposed water and sewer mains. So with that, they should be able to comment.
capacities.
And anticipated flow from
Well, it
the
says,
site.
and detailed utility impact study, which would be part of the
Okay.
capacities,
Yeah.
prepared by a qualified professional engineer, so I
That's-
think that,
That does, that covers.
yeah, that covers the
Weston
requirements.
Sampson's, yeah.
It
Yes,
does, if you
West-
look at A, it says including analysis of flows, pressures,
Yep.
and other applicable.
Hydraulic
Hydraulic
data,
data.
yep. And it says, B says, the proposed development's impact on
Yeah.
existing water and sewer facilities.
Okay.
So I think that covers everything that we're trying to do,
Excellent.
and we actually did tell them what we wanted, so.
Is that new or that's been in there?
That's
the
in
whole
there.
time? No, I mean.
Then they're
is it-
from, so blaming us for stuff, I just go to say, go read page 14.5, we should do that.
Subsection,
Now the question is that been done?
Yeah,
I can't answer that.
yeah,
Noble Hill is it,
Noble Hill's the last one we did where we forced that issue.
yeah.
And that's the reason why that sewer line goes in front of it from the pump station, because that's supposed to pick up Noble Hill's flows, but I'm gonna walk, I'm not going, I'm not getting into
But
that.
this doesn't,
Let's not cut.
this doesn't have anything about requirements for like testing and stuff, cause I know that we're,
That's on the fire chief. And,
but right now Clee's
Did you
trying to
know-
like not do that test, even though the fire chief wants it done.
he's gotta
Is
fight with
there-
the fire chief on that one. And if,
But do we need language that compels the developer to do what the fire chief tells them to, or is that?
no, that,
Above and
if he
beyond.
doesn't sign off, if the fire chief doesn't sign off on M1 and 2,
Okay.
Then-
we're dead in the water.
yeah, that definitive plan's dead in the water.
Alright,
Yeah.
good to know.
And the fire chief has the, again, I hope I'm not putting words into Seth, and he'll tell me on Friday if I overstepped. But he has the right to basically say to the planning board, it's not up to the requirements that I need, and then it's up to the planning board to tell the developer that you gotta do this. So,
Yeah.
with number 5, do we need so for example, just to talk about, does anyone check on it? Is there a way to get this on a checklist that says, hey, you did this?
no, because it says prepare comments, so we're asking for comments back. We're asking for physical emailed comments, or, I don't care if they write it, we're asking for comments back. So if we don't get the comments,
No, but
You're saying
just a
leave
way to
it less
know whether.
open-ended,
It's just a way to know if someone, cause imagine, let's say.
actually contemplated that.
Well, yeah, let's say, this number 5 to enable sewer, say it costs 20 grand to do what number 5 says, and people are like, well, let's. Either they know to do it and they skip over it, or they're just like reading through, say it could be any developer, say they just know just the general. Who's gonna check to make sure? And so,
that's gotta be on the planning board, I don't, I
But a
think,
checklist,
but
that's
if
what
you
I'm
get too many
saying.
checklists, you're gonna just get bogged down.
We asked Gabe for the checklist, I thought. This would
Yeah.
be part of the checklist.
Well, we asked him for a
It should be.
checklist back on the preliminary,
Or- I'm just curious if.
no, you've got a good point,
Like you
Keith,
said,
I'm
if
thinking about
it's
it.
overlooked, I mean, you could just say, hey, can you respond to this section,
Almost like
It's
when
almost
you're
like the whole-
filling out the email forms.
Yeah,
It's
these
like,
forms,
You
yeah.
didn't do this one thing here, you can't submit.
Yeah, I mean, like
One
notify.
to another.
So Keith, what's your, what do you propose?
Well, it's just down in, well, that's the thing, is it in?
No, I like what you're saying, Keith, we put, I guess at the bottom of 14, put a comment in there,
Bottom of 14?
page 14, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Put in there, Cause the other one, we asked for a checklist for the preliminary plan, so it doesn't hurt to ask him for a checklist for the definitive plan
Yeah.
for approval. Gabe
Gabe.
could generate a checklist
Gabe
for
to generate
definitive plan approval.
plan for.
And it seems like every section would have a checkbox, right? Every, say, section 5, and then, I'm just guessing how he's gonna build this, cause I'm looking at the other one, and then if
We can talk to him.
someone says, hey, Chuck, did you do the things in section 5?
And see, this is where you need a planner and a day-to-day staff to handle this,
To
cause the
build
planning
you
board is not gonna be able to handle this.
Yeah.
So this builds my case of why we need a full-time planner. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's probably why some things slip through the cracks, because you had 5 individuals 2 times a month and on their own trying to manage what a full-time staff would do.
Yeah.
So anyhow, let's keep going. Wanna get through as much, if we get through half of this, I'd be excited, cause the last 20 pages are forms and I don't really,
Well, that's
worry
good.
about
I didn't do any red on
Yeah,
that.
The old forms, yeah.
yeah, so we've only got, we're about a third of the way through, and nothing on 15. I like his adder on 16, where he's got his comments added in on page 16.
I'm sorry, I'm updating
Nope.
minutes.
Okay.
I mean, you can keep talking.
Nope.
Or do you need to look at it?
No, I'm just,
I'm trying to keep track of all this because we're doing a lot.
yeah,
A.
that's why I ask you to stay on this damn committee, 'cause
Yeah.
I've got comments, but
5.
it's the same thing when we did the master plan. I had comments and you had comments, and John was like, Jesus, these 2 guys are killing me.
All right, where are we at now, Tim?
16 on number 8,
All right, page 16.
page 16, I'm sorry, I need to
That's
say
okay.
that.
8. He crossed that out and added red.
Yep,
you
and I'm
have
good with that, but Dick had a comment, we need a sign off doc. I think we've got that by where it says including Mass DEP stormwater checklist.
Yeah,
I think that with that checklist, that'll give us everything we need for documents.
okay.
So I'm good with that.
You're good with
So
that?
I would leave Gabe's comments, they're great.
Okay.
And let's go over to page 17. Zoning watershed. Let me see how to work that in, all
Underneath
crossings of
D.
wetlands. Yeah. Data design crossings. What I would do on D, on 17, include any zone A watershed areas.
Just put include.
Yep, in,
Any zone A watershed areas
yeah, what you could do is after crossing, put a comma. And
to
then,
include.
yeah, no, put a comma and then and then including,
Is it ing?
yeah, including any zone A watershed areas,
Got it.
and that'll cover that. And we get that taken care of. Location of existing monuments. Next one, you got the, after bodies of water on E, Dick's got that flow into zone A or watershed areas. I'm good with that, because then we cover any watershed or zone As.
I'm not there, I just updated the minutes
Take
on
your
the
time.
last one, okay,
Take
what
it.
page, which one, no, we're
Right
on
below it, in E,
E, yep, where you
on
want me to-
17,
Yep,
all we gotta do is take out the period after water and put that flows into
that flows into
zone A
zone, yep,
and then comma or watersheds.
watersheds,
And put areas after that, just to,
watershed areas,
yeah,
Because I watched a Concom meeting and I was never so disgusted when they were talking about Emerald Road and the subdivision over there, Concom was,
and there's
Well-
zone As off of that, there's zone As in the back of
in
that,
in the back.
yep.
And she overlooked the whole thing and I says, wait a minute, that's the beginning of Chicopee watershed.
Yep,
You can't just deny this stuff.
Did you let her know?
No,
he was in,
why? Oh,
you weren't
did you
zoomed in,
email
you were
her?
watching it, weren't you?
Pardon?
Were you zoomed in or were you watching it after the
I
fact?
zoomed in.
Oh,
Sure.
As a
Melissa-
concerned citizen, you need to say
Melissa
something.
knew, I'm sure Melissa would have done something.
Let's just say, right at the moment, how can I say, I don't wanna be a dick?
you don't wanna be,
Because
Oh,
there-
Richard.
There are other problems in town
there's bigger fish to fry.
that I could turn around and ask a few people to please leave.
All right.
18's good. I'm good with him adding in the erosion and sediment protection control or
Sure.
control plan. That's it there. 19 is the fun one.
Uh-oh.
No,
a
all
lot of red
comments
on
are good.
there.
Yeah.
Starting with,
Oh, what's that sewer line? Oh, we covered that one. You're talking about sewer line and by Weston and Sampson Engineering.
Yeah, that's
We
scratched.
covered that earlier by, on the,
Yeah.
yeah. It must be signed off and by, okayed by. No, the permit, you've got and must be signed off and laid out, must be okayed by planning board engineer and not allowed. Oh, let me read this. Conditions shall be inscribed on the definitive plan, no building structure shall be placed or built on any lot not serviced by Rutland Water Sewer without a subsurface sewage disposal system permit from, I'm fine with what that's there. Because this is part of the definitive plan and we have to sign off on the definitive plan anyhow, so your comments are accurate, but it's part of the definitive plan sign off, so I'm good with that.
Okay,
Good. Let's go down to, we're on page 19, Amanda. And we're at F and it's 1. B, the official commission has declined to meet with the applicant or has identified no problems with proposed subdivision. It must be, nope, we got the sign off. I got that. And you got signed off by and comment with DPW. We've got that as part of the sign off with the checklist that Keeves came up with.
okay,
So I'm good with that.
beautiful,
So we don't need to add that in because
No.
we've already got it.
yep,
So it exists in two places?
Yeah, I don't wanna put it in two places because that's always an opportunity for,
yeah, legal.
yeah.
Okay, cause, yeah, page
time to
10,
decide.
okay, it's kinda repetitive from page 10 to 19, okay.
You've got, and then we go down to 4, and you've got, time to add sidewalks. Let me read this. Any improvements to existing streets and ways that are made necessary development. I don't have a problem, and I'll read this to you. It says, where appropriate, the Form A submitted to the Department of Public Works shall include comments advising the planning board regarding the approvals that the DPW require in connections with the subdivision, semicolon, any improvements to existing streets and ways that are made necessary by development of proposed subdivision. I don't have a problem with after existing streets putting including sidewalks, because that is
Yes.
the DPW's responsibility. It's not the planning board's of making sure that those are there and that's what they want. So after existing streets, Dick's got a good comment, including sidewalks. Cause it says and ways. Ways indicates roads. It doesn't really talk about the sidewalks.
I added including sidewalks
That's it.
after existing streets, including sidewalks
And then,
and ways that are
Yep.
made necessary. Okay.
yep. You got down here talking in the next one in 5 about fire ponds, but we've included that. Remember the new the chief came in with that whole
Yep.
section added in, so I think we're covered there.
Okay,
He's got all of that. Just to let everybody know, in the subdivision regs, Chief Knight came in with a whole new section that needed to be added in for fire ponds and hydrants and all that, and we approved that on the planning board, and it's in the subdivision regs down farther in here. We can make sure that, so I don't think we need to add that in,
okay.
for the fire
Make
chief.
sure, because,
He's already done his duty. He did a
Yeah.
good job of that.
yeah. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
one over in Treasure Valley, the water never got to it.
Yeah.
In an empty
Yeah.
fire pond.
6, definitive plan, proposed street names. You know what? Dick's got in here, he's got town clerk. I'd
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is my opinion and I'll let the committee think, it says, where appropriate, the Form A submitted by a police chief shall include comments advising the planning board regarding the definitive plans, proposed street names, and configurations. I think we should put in there as defined by the town clerk.
For what
Yes,
purpose?
because she has,
She has the authority to give street names out.
right,
And the planning board doesn't. We don't have authority to name streets. So if a developer comes in on the definitive plan and says, I wanna call it Bobby's Way, and there's another Bobby's Way in here, that's the town
the-
clerk's responsibility to say,
Yeah.
try again.
Yeah.
So, but she gets to make that call, not the planning board.
that's correct. Henceforth, that is why I've asked for a certified street map.
You have.
From,
Yeah, we have,
I believe that's been escalated up the food chain, hasn't it?
yeah.
So we're adding to number 6, after configurations as defined by the town
Oh,
clerk.
no, after where it says, proposed street names, and then put
20.
as defined by,
Alright,
yep, perfect.
as defined by the town clerk. Should I
That's
put a
it.
comma right there,
let me
as
look.
defined by the town clerk? Like that?
And configure. No, cause you're just, what you're
No.
doing is you're just adding it, well, yeah, put commas on both sides.
Right?
Yeah, that's right, you
Okay.
are correct,
Got it.
because we're injecting a, participle,
Participle? I don't
yeah,
know.
thanks, that big
Present
word,
participle?
Participle phrase
yeah. Let's see.
in conjunction with.
Number 7, when appropriate, the Form M submitted by the constable include comments by the planning board regarding approvals that the conservation will require in connection with the subdivision. And Dick's guide if CR on any parcel property get on the plan filled by Worcester County deeds.
yes, I asked the select board a long time ago, may I see a listing of conservation restrictions on all property in town here? Well, we haven't got anything, it's in the open space, when I didn't see it in the open space book either. So I don't know where it is, but once again, conservation restriction is like on that open space plan, there's a conservation restriction on it that you can never subdivide it, never build houses on it, it's
Yeah.
gotta, that's why there's a CR on it
Or in
supposedly.
connection with the subdivision.
And
We could put in there after with subdivision, including any CR parcels within the definitive plan.
Okay,
And that would basically say that the Conservation Commission needs to look at that. But that'll be part of the report they'll be giving us.
yep,
I'm good with that, because then we,
Point on here where? Number?
right here, numbers, 7,
Yep.
after subdivision, you could put, I don't know if I'd put a comma, but including any CR parcels
Like-
within the
Like
definitive,
CR like that?
we better spell it out, any
Conservation
conservation restricted
Yeah,
parcels.
okay, conservation restricted parcels.
yep,
Within the definitive plan, because I don't wanna put subdivision, I want that whole plan, so
yeah.
if there is, open space, it's not gonna be developed as part of the subdivision, and there's a CR there, I wanna know about it.
That's right, and that's why I asked to see it, because I don't believe we have one on, Irish Lane.
Yeah.
Uh,
Didn't we,
Oh,
and we're
Camille,
getting outside
no,
of this, but the
that was the name of
RDIC,
the
didn't we ask the assessor to give us that, and she actually gave us CR properties as part of that spreadsheet?
geez, I can't.
I'll have to
remember.
ask, I'll have to ask Mike, and if he remembers that.
Alright, so on number 7, we included after subdivision, including any conservation restricted parcels within
The definitive plan.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. Done.
All right, public hearing, denied. No, sorry. Make sure surrounding homes, water supply is not used up. I don't think we can do that.
No, you probably can't.
No, we don't wanna,
It just-
it's basically, we're trying to say any homes that are going in, which we don't have authority over. The water supply isn't used up. We'll cover that under the water and sewer when we get that report back for the amount of homes that are going in, because they have to do a calculation for each home on how much water and sewer is gonna be used.
Well, the reason why I'm saying is in part of the neighborhood over there.
Artesian wells.
Yeah.
The artesian wells and even the old hand dug wells, they're going dry because so many houses are
Yeah.
being tapped into the water line. And I asked, I think it was Jen, what happens then? You know, is
Board of Health.
is it a town has to put a water line in?
It's a Board of Health decision, I think, at that point, because
That's
they're the
scary.
ones responsible for any, water, any wells and septic systems.
You're saying if your well dries up, what do you do?
I'd basically go to the Board of Health and go, what's going on? That's what I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah,
Because that's one of the things that I'm
I mean, that's
I'm
what
worried
happened
about.
with one of those, with, Michelonis's property up in, well, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
But when you went up on, there was a Bear Hill Drive where you guys' houses are, and now it's a driveway that goes up to like two or
Yeah,
three
yeah.
houses.
Yeah.
There was a house up there that Tim was gonna buy
You mean
29
yourself?
years ago.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay, I was going to buy. God, and the well was an 800-foot well that, when we did the test with the inspector, it stopped producing water inside of 8 minutes.
Wow.
And the answer was, you could hydrofrack it, which is, drop
go
the,
deeper.
Yeah.
and I said, nope, that's a way to walk away,
Yeah.
and we walked away from it. But,
Wow.
but again, it's because the well up there there was enough water.
Yep.
And the answer was dig deeper, 800 feet, that's
That's
about
a
as far
lot.
as I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And then, or hydrofrack it by blowing stuff out down there and getting more water to come into the well. And
Oh, yikes.
my wife was like, she'd been on her well over in Holden all her life. She looked at me and go, we're walking, not touching this
A
one
lot
with a
of
10-foot
work,
bowl.
and unknowns,
Yeah.
right?
So that area over there, and now it's got water and sewer, it doesn't have an issue, but, that would have been a tough well area up on that hill. that
Yeah.
Built houses. Anyhow, moving on. 20 is good then. 21, and if the town has no money, this is a dick comment, we're gonna walk right by that one.
Okay.
None for
That's an extra
22.
23, you got good check marks. This is,
On K, can we go back to K on page
yep.
23?
Yep,
Do you have that?
I don't have any comment.
23.
Oh, he's got get rid of the CD stuff too?
Yes, 23.
Please, leave that in there, leave that in there, we need
Okay.
to get rid of that whole electronic issues with
Okay.
3.5. I didn't have that one. All right, anything else when we get to
No.
24?
24.
I'm good, Dick, with 8. You've got outside of town center, dead end landing areas for emergency helicopters. I'm not touching that one. Cause we've got the heights now I know we can bring in helicopters there at the heights. There's one other place Chief Knight was telling me about that we have an emergency landing
Route 68.
well, and also behind, the town hall
You can
in,
land
Oh, yeah.
Memorial.
yeah,
easy.
Memorial Field.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 sites in town, so.
But it was the subdivision that went in just
No,
beyond
no.
Dave
Bird
Putnam.
in the parking lot.
That she built, I can't think of her
As
name.
long as there's not a baseball game.
Oh, come on, brain, P-A.
Overseas guys would go get that close to
I give
power
up.
lines.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Like that.
it was a dead-end street. We made the turnaround larger so that a helicopter could land on
Michael
it.
Lane, wasn't it Michael?
Guys are nuts.
No, that's off of 68.
I thought so.
If you go down 68, just before you get to Hubbardston, there's a,
Patriot
Patriot, yeah.
Lane.
yeah.
Yep, at the end, that was made for that. And I'm saying, if there's any other situations in town, subdivision comes in, like they was talking about over to Pleasantdale way at the other end, might not be such a bad idea, having 1 or 2 landing areas over there for emergency medical. But just leave that in the back of your head.
Yeah, I think this would be something if we were talking with the chief, as the town gets bigger, what does he wanna do?
Yeah,
I'd almost like him to come up with an addendum to the subdivision regs that by the police and or fire chief to add into us if he wants something.
if there's another 150 houses, you will supply a new fire station in another part of town.
Yeah, don't get me
Yeah.
started. I'm
Well,
good with all
And
gates.
pay for
Okay.
it too, and
Yeah,
pay
that's
for
what I
the
mean.
maintenance and all that, long term.
What's the thought process with this additional pavement
Stop.
width? He's got he added in a max on number 9 for the streets. We only had a minimum. We never put a max.
Why not? I mean, why not have it?
I don't have any, I'm trying to think of a reason why I wouldn't want it. Shall we,
Well,
read
towards
his
the end,
comments
they're all
down
the
there.
same.
Just, you know, things have been working out pretty decent with.
Oh, there's a maximum complete street program that Massachusetts has. Well,
Yeah.
pay with, apply to all new subdivisions. Oh, it's for stormwater runoff. I'm fine with it then. I don't wanna
Okay.
fight the stormwater runoff rules, cause we're gonna lose that one.
Nah, we'll win in the long run.
I'm gonna pass. So we're at 13, he added in to minimize stormwater runoff, groundwater depletion, long-term. The use of curbs, gutters, underground drains, and tension ponds should be avoided
Interesting.
wherever possible. Instead, filtration. I don't have a problem with what he put here.
Underground?
Yeah, he said underground drains, he wants to be avoided. Instead, filtration of stormwater using vegetated swales, rain gardens, open channel, and similar mechanisms shall be adopted whenever technically feasible.
Okay,
That gives the planning board a wide berth.
number 1, when the town takes it over, it's the town's responsibility to go in there to maintain all this vegetation and every other
Yeah.
piece of crap you got going.
Another reason why the town isn't gonna take these over, HOA.
No, with the roads, they have to. Anything associated with the roads are required.
But if we don't accept any more public ways.
Public ways, yeah, that's where Chris and I disagree, and I'm a Joe Buckley guy that, I want, his philosophy was, as a DPW director, I want control of it. Chris and some other directors in the state of Mass prefer everything private, like I think Shrewsbury. Most of their roads are private roads, they don't have a lot of town roads. It's philosophy.
Yeah.
I personally, for the safety of the people living there, would rather have it a town road that's maintained. Because private roads don't get chapter 90 money.
No, they don't.
Public roads do, so you get state funds to, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but there's money there
Still
that the
quite a
town
bit.
gets for chapter 90 for public roads. Private roads get none.
And that comes from writing tickets and things like
No,
that.
that comes
No.
from your state tax dollars.
Yeah.
'Cause I knew that there was a road fund that came from writing tickets.
I don't know that, and I can't comment it, but I know chapter money is out of, your state taxes is where that comes from. And if Chris watches this and tells me I'm wrong, I'd love to know that, cause it'll be good knowledge for me. I mean, I don't have a problem with 13 because it says whenever possible. So it gives the
Whenever.
planning board the authority to do it, if it doesn't make sense, don't do it.
Yeah.
If at all possible, try to do a lid or a,
And this
Well-
is what's being thought of right now as best practice.
yeah,
And
I'm good with that.
In 5-10 years, they may have a machine that does all this maintenance lickety split, no big deal, because
Yeah.
everyone's doing it. The same way that we couldn't have imagined snow plows 80 years ago. We were rolling the snow with those giant drums to make it compacted and all that. I've seen the pictures at least. I'd like to keep it and try
So do I.
to strive for this, even if it presents problems that we have to navigate. I think it's a lofty goal, but having all the water recharge into that same spot seems like the best option that we have available to us right now.
I think it's a good idea too. I don't mind keeping it, but again, it says we're technically feasible. If it's not feasible for that area because it's ledge rock and there's not really a potential to recharge, then use the stormwater. I'm fine with that.
Well, what goes through my mind, and I don't know if Concom has ever, looked into it. Bear Hill has got that where all the storm water drainage goes into before it leaks into Molten Pond.
Yes. So that's a recharge
It's a
facility.
recharge facility, but yet whose responsibility is it and who is?
HOA.
And
And does it ever get touched? Zero.
So then,
No,
is-
that's on the other side, isn't it? That's over near the bridge.
Oh, that side, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
before the bridge.
It's just before the bridge, and all I can remember is, and when it was done, a lady from DCR was walking with the planning board one day, and she says, "This is the best thing that ever happened over here, is to have this. Now, who's gonna maintain it?" That's the only thing in the back of my mind. And I thought it was up to Concom to make sure that,
Well,
was
aren't they
functioning.
supposed to go through and do the reviews, or is that the planning board that has to do that review? I can't remember.
I don't know.
All right, we'll have to.
But
I
I'm
mean-
just saying, just keep it in the back of your head, you know, that I think it'd be a good idea to somehow to stay on top of it, as, you know, for, if it's working right. I wanna-
Your next comments are
Five
on
years.
C, you're talking about
Can
the
we go
cross.
back up to
Yep.
13?
Yep,
The last sentence says swales shall be sized for the 25-year storm event. Should we increase that to 100-year?
Yes,
I would ask Gabe about that because, he's taking this from somewhere and I don't know where, but he's obviously, because below 4 feet per second.
I saw that too, 'cause I don't know what that, I
That's a
don't,
technical term that they obviously use the amount of rain, and again, I shouldn't say obvious. My guess is they use that 25-year storm event to come up with the amount of rain that would be going down a swale, and that's where he came up with his calculation. So it doesn't hurt to put question there,
okay.
that we need to get back to Gabe. Is there any,
If it's sized for like a 100-year storm event, then how big is that swale?
that's the other thing.
That, I think that might be the
it's
issue.
gonna
that
be
we-
huge.
That's a
But
good
it's
point, Alex.
It's a
No.
good question to ask.
Ask him why, we can put in there, why not 100-year storm?
right.
Well, if it's going to be, I think there was a term that said vegetated swales. Vegetated swales, I assume, has vegetation on it. So is it just going to be, because I have a swale in my backyard where, I mean, if there was grass in it, I don't think that I would care. Wouldn't that be better? It would just be a bigger ditch.
Yeah, but
We're talking on the side of the roads is
who's
what they're talking for
maintaining it?
swales.
This is on the side of the road, not on properties?
Correct.
Yeah, this is on the road. This says, because what we're trying to do is keep, with the swales, we're trying to keep the stormwater drainage out and use the swales to basically get the water.
to leak back into-
instead of collecting all the water and sending it one place,
Yeah.
It
you're
reabsorbs.
trying to let it all reabsorb right where it is, kind of.
And to
hold
Alex's
it kind of
point,
where it is.
if you
and
did a
let it all-
year storm, your swale might be basically a
It
curb.
could be, I think it's a good question though.
But let's
to
ask
bring
him.
up.
That's what, he's there for, so.
See, it's one thing for, you get a 25-year, that would, I would see the soil absorbing that very easily. 100-year,
No way.
No.
it would overflow.
Well, and it's even, all this stuff is engineered, so I mean, they're gonna use sand, a lot of sand. Right? I would assume it's not just whatever dirt's there, let's just move the dirt around, put some riprap in it, you know, maybe if they really needed to. If a place is gonna tell us they're using a rain garden, I'm sure it's gotta be built to a standard. I
In
guess.
10 to 15 years though, who's gonna go in to redo it?
Well, we might have to have some sort of a person in town that goes around and inspects the HOA properties, making sure that they're up to standard, being maintained and all that, cause it is for the greater good.
Or would
I
it be
would like it
stormwater?
the other way. I would like the HOA send a report to either the planning board or the
Perfect.
DPW once a year on what's
Perfect.
going on.
Yep, perfect.
And when we get to HOA, somebody write that down. When we get to HOAs in the subdivision, we need to add that in,
Yeah,
please. The next one, Dick, you've got comments in sidewalks and biking path
yeah.
as crosswalks, and we've got that earlier in the definition of what we have to have on the street, so I'm fine with that. The question I've got here, Dick, you and I were talking about before everybody showed up, where bikeways and sidewalks are separate from the street, the minimum right-of-way is 15 feet.
That rhymes.
I don't think that's in a lot of subdivisions that have been designed in the past.
No, there
We
isn't.
need to force that issue from now on, because then that makes that grassy area a whole lot bigger between the sidewalk and the street. Because if the sidewalk's is it 6 feet wide,
5, I thought.
5 feet? That is 10 feet of grass area, which is more than enough to absorb water, cause you look at some of the stuff on Arrowhead,
Yeah,
if it's 6 feet, I'll be impressed of the grassy knolls over there. Now, they might have right of way on the other side, but that again, that's the purview of the planning board. We could say we want off of the curb 10 feet of grass and then your sidewalk is part of the 15-foot right of way.
Wow.
I thought about this many times about putting the sidewalk up against the curb, and that to me is dangerous. It really is, cause you have no room if somebody's walking a kid and somebody goes up over the curb.
Or for
Yeah, but-
somebody who walks a dog,
You
if your
don't-
dog smells something all of a sudden, like,
Yeah.
that,
What
the
I'm
kid
thinking, you know,
trips.
for plowing is it's a regular truck to plow, but a sidewalk is gonna be a smaller.
10
we
feet.
have one.
10 feet's a good place. I mean, this,
$190,000.
these are 6 foot, these are 6 foot or 8 foot,
6 foot.
6 foot, so
That
we're
one's 8.
all the way here before we get to the sidewalk. That's a good amount of place to put snow.
Yeah.
But I think we need to make that issue.
Guys, mindful of the time.
Yeah, I know, that's why
I
we
figured
got,
we'd try and get through E1, low impact development lid requirements.
Just like 2 pages from there.
there's nothing on 26, must be certified by outside engineer. We've got that for the sewer.
I feel that,
Okay, as built certified by certified and must be provided prior to acceptance. And must be certified by an outside engineer. Well, we put, why don't we put, an as-built drawing certified by, a PE's a professional engineer.
I'm thinking.
How about we put a professional licensed engineer?
Okay,
Cause that means it's gotta have a PE stamp on it.
good, all right.
And I think so, Amanda, on page 26, 3, after professional, put licensed engineer. That covers the, cause I can be considered a professional engineer, I don't have a license.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I can stamp stuff. Okay, that's 26.
Now, we had an as-built and, it had wrong drawing on it. And it's still sitting down at DPW,
Yeah, for water and sewer on Main Street.
yeah. And it's on the wrong side.
Might wanna use that for some TP. Pretty much useless.
Yeah.
On
Mine
27,
does more damage than anything else. Somebody will pick it up and take a tank.
yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. All sewer connected to town sewer lines must pay for future sewer treatment plants as well as new piping. Dick, I like it, but it's not gonna work.
I know, but, and I want it in people's heads.
No, but you got me thinking,
You have.
15, no, you got a point in there that needs to be, that we don't have anywhere in here. We should put as 15, any, sewer pump stations connected to a town sewer line. And this is where, what I'm trying to get at, I'm trying to get to where that's part of the, cost or estimate that, how do I?
It'd be nice if like they had to put money into an escrow account.
That's what I'm getting at, Alex. I'm trying to get there, but I don't know how to get there in this for 15.
Like a future fund.
Or replacements.
Oh, I get it. All sewer pump stations that are connected to sewer lines must include an estimate of future maintenance costs.
That's not. a
That
bad-
way, it'll be included with the definitive plan that we know what it's gonna be. And Chris can make a comment, okay, great, I need to make sure I've got that, because we've never done that before.
No, I think it's a good idea, cause we have quite a few sewer pumping stations in this
Yeah,
town.
and the problem is they haven't aged, there's only a few of them that are aging out right now that are gonna need maintenance. And as we all know, we have no money to maintain them, so.
Zero.
So,
And that's the last thing you need to have.
15,
Alright, let me add 15. Come on.
We'll have to do a debt exclusion or something.
all sewer pump stations
All sewer pump stations
connected to town sewer lines
to town.
must include an estimate for future maintenance costs.
For how long? I think we should do a time frame.
Okay, I don't know. how long.
20, 30?
Yeah, 5 in 5-year increments?
Or just put, must include future maintenance cost in 5-year increments.
Up to how many years?
We'll just leave it at that. I don't wanna put a definite, just put 5-year
I can tell you
increments.
when the product's, cause the warranty on the product.
Is a year.
Yeah, well, or warranty on replacement.
Most of that stuff's a year.
Yeah.
No, but,
But I see, like,
E1
the useful,
pump or-
the,
yeah,
yeah, the
the life of the
lifespan, the
product.
expected lifespan of the product, so if your, like, particle separator is supposed to last 15 years, then give me, at least 15 years worth of data, so that we can relook at it when you go to fix it.
We could put this in here and we could always adjust
something
it.
like that.
I'd rather just put
Someone
5 years and
knows
just
how long.
adjust it.
Can we also put and expected life expectancy of?
Of equipment?
Of equipment?
Fine with that, perfect.
And expected
Expected life of equipment,
Life of equipment,
Life.
useful life of equipment.
there you go.
useful life.
We're gonna be lawyers by the time.
May I read that back? I have all sewer pump stations connected to town sewer lines must include an estimate for future maintenance costs in 5-year increments and expected useful life of equipment.
Perfect.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very useful. Guys, I'm losing steam.
Yeah.
That's.
Like,
Why don't we call
I
it?
can't. Can we call it?
Yep, let's call it page 27. We've literally got halfway through this thing.
Great.
Good.
Alright,
And I want to thank Mr. Williams for all of his comments.
Thank you, Dick.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I expect you to be running for the Concon chairman position since she's leaving July 1st.
You should.
Really?
she is, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
Melissa,
unfortunate,
yeah, she's already told the select board that she'll be finishing her term. She's moving out of Rutland as of July 1st.
Oh, my freaking word.
Yeah.
I wonder if is she leaving her other job
You gotta find out
I
where
don't
she's
know.
going.
in Southbridge?
I don't know. I just know I had heard she was moving out of town. I wish her the best.
She's great.
Does anybody need a clean copy of the subdivision regs if
No.
they don't have them? This is a freshly printed out per my printer, so I'll keep it then. And does anybody need a procedure for isolating a gas regulator in New Bedford?
And don't forget the mass law.
This is what I
Does that
need
make
to.
you like the old guy that used to print out the MapQuest?
Oh, hell yes.
Cause I feel like the younger generation would just pull that up on their phone and go, procedure for blah, 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 okay.
Yep,
But then
and-
again, you can't have anything electric near a gas.
And if we get caught reading our phones while we're driving, that could be up to and including termination.
I want the town of Rutland to start just writing so many tickets for people
Holden
on their
does.
phones.
Holden
I
does.
can't
They
tell you the
should.
amount of people that almost everybody I see drive down the road on Brindle's just like looking at their phone, and I'm just.
Try driving to work on 290 and 495 and seeing the guy next to you doing this.
My Uber driver was watching videos the other day, and I had to say something.
That's great.
Motion to adjourn?
Hold on. We need to make an appointment, our next
Next
meeting.
meeting is when?
Oh, God. Can't be next week, that's for sure. Well, it can. And I just thought about, who's the vice chair on this? I couldn't remember. Dick, is that, who?
Not me, I'm secretary.
Did you guys meet after we?
No, we
After
don't have to,
election?
no, it doesn't matter
How
for,
long are you on vacation?
We didn't reorganize, I don't
We
think.
need to get
That's
this
what I'm
done before the planning board meeting in July, that was the plan.
yes, so,
When's the next planning
And
board
we need
meeting?
at least 2 more sessions with this.
yeah, it's gonna be tough. You wanna do, again, the Wednesday after the planning board meeting, which is the 24th?
Let's do it. We put this much effort into it.
24th,
Yeah, our meeting's the 23rd.
What?
so we'll be the 24th then?
Yeah, it's the same, basically 2 weeks from today at 6 PM.
Board meeting, 6 p.
And if you
Okay.
want to, Amanda, to make it really easy for the
Yeah.
agenda,
Keep it the same.
just copy it and change the date.
Next meeting, the 24th, 6/24/26 at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Amanda to send request to town clerk.
Yeah,
Alright, so we already closed, right?
No, we haven't
didn't
yet.
close.
We wanna get this thing, in there for our meeting.
And then this was our. Do we need to do anything else?
Discussion.
Do we need to get rid of number one? Because I don't even know if we should have discussion to vote.
No, the number two is, you can get rid of discussion and just put vote to send to planning board. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen, but having it on the agenda covers us.
Okay.
Because I think after we get done with all these comments, we need to give them to Gabe and say, take a look,
Yeah.
give us your feedback.
So we good with just it being like that?
Yeah. Well, what's that final decision of subdivision?
I don't, we need to
Discussion.
update.
How about we get rid of final and just go with discussion?
Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, this was not
Presentation and
final.
sewer study. And B, we probably need to get rid of too, because they're not doing any presentation.
Nope.
There we go, that's good.
All right.
You're gonna be back from your vacation then.
Yeah, I get back, on the 21st, that's Sunday, unless I get a job in Bermuda, then I'm not coming back. The problem is the chief engineer at the power plant is my age, so. He took the job 10 years ago when I wanted it, when their chief retired. I'm like, although my wife says, where the hell are we gonna live? We can't afford a house in Bermuda.
You know, Kevin Quinn looked at what Gabe did, right? Didn't he? Did
I
you
sent
do
him,
that?
I sent him the,
He did respond to.
Yes,
it.
he did.
So
I had it.
At some point,
I did.
we'll have to.
yeah, I wanna talk about that, but the other thing I have to do is Chris got me the information for a contact, it's Weston and Sampson, I gotta send that out next.
Okay.
Alright, I don't know where I did with it.
I'll look it up.
Probably left it at home.
I didn't wanna do anything with Kevin and the costs until we get through this.
Yeah.
Cause I knew after looking at all the comments that,
Bring us up to another.
I hadn't seen Dick's comments, but I looked at all the comments that Gabe would give us, I'm going like, oh, this is gonna be a long one. This is almost like the master plan. We gotta go through step by step. I didn't wanna just go and hit and miss, let's walk through the whole thing, and maybe we see something we need changed. So I'll take a motion to dismiss
So moved?
or adjourn.
Second,
Got it? Any discussion? Vote?
no, yes.
Aye.
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 Keith, you can vote on this one. You're good. 5-0.
Unless you have a vote of
8-11.
nay, in which case, let's
So
talk.
I didn't get that.